Good luck to the runners. Let's see where we start off today.
Xelnas wondering, what's he doing to himself? And Kyong having a similar sentiment along with Numberplay. Alright, we're getting a house start from some and Sank from others. Got a little bit of love and the map to Swamp.
That map to Swamp, of course, being in Sanctuary, so no lamp, sorry.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with the Keysanity layout, that map has a little bit more use than it normally does. When these guys make Dark World, they'll be able to check their overworld map, and any dungeons they have, their crystal or pendant will be indicated. And that's the same for Light World, but Swamp happens to be in the dark. So we get full magic off the tree pool, and that's very nice. And Desert at Hyrule Castle.
ACM, interesting, going into Village from the south side, picking up one bomb on the way. That is sometimes a shaky strategy. We'll see if it pays off, as the chest game is Chicken Hut.
All right. And a very nice chicken clip to go with it is the rest of our guys are all in Desert. And just some bombs for compensation. I'd say that ends up working out, because he's got a couple of spots, at least somewhere in the world, not necessarily in Kakariko, where he's going to use those.
Yeah, Kakariko is not necessarily Kakariko, because entrances, but
Vanilla Race! Vanilla. Hey, nice. All right.
No hunting through the Dark World, warping the Light World for May's game today, thank goodness.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one to have.
And Water Toes in the desert on the bonk position.
Oh, so we're going to have boots needed for flippers as Xelnas gets taken down, maybe on purpose? It seemed to happen all so fast. So yeah, we're going to have, depending on your perspective, progressive footwear today.
Yeah, that was definitely on purpose. He was running into enemies left and right.
Yeah. Alright, King's Tomb in the library revealing the Fire Rod. Wow. Meanwhile, the rest of our guys get into that southern play at this point. Kyong just down the information, basically.
South play definitely a good play, as the bat is actually the uncle.
Yeah, so that's going to be nice. You'll be able to get through this either way, where some of our drop positions are locked in one direction. Numberplay is going to back out and decide he doesn't care what's at the race game, unless he checked. I might have missed.
Xelnas is doing the slow bomb farm by Haunted Grove there.
Well, he's up to 4, and he'll end up, I guess, at 6 when he gets out of the chicken hut, so that won't be so bad for him. We've
Mimic Cave?
A Mimic Cave here at the blacksmith.
Mimic Smith's gonna have to note that for later.
Yeah. And the library now in town at the inn, containing the vanilla book. That's interesting. So go to the bar back. It's one of the only places that doesn't get randomized. And we got the IP big key. So you can see this is a mess. Oh, and I'd missed that the cape was there at Uncle at the bat drop. So
Uncle apparently knows John Cena.
We've got Sick Kid has moved into the bar, but without a bottle, ACM's got to leave it there.
I think that is probably the shortest distance shuffle I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's if you're not going to keep it vanilla, then yeah, just going one to the side. ACM really being mindful of his bomb inventory early, as his only other weapon costs magic. And good on him. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking it's
beneficial.
Yeah, I was thinking outside of shuffle logic there. Oh, and the Waterfall of Wishing given just rupees.
$25. Though, since he only has 30, that is somewhat important.
Yeah, because that bottle vendor...
buy that bottle.
Yeah, that's one of the guys who doesn't get shuffled.
Because he's outside, that's the only reason. And Ice Cave,
and the good side of it. For a little bit of love. At least he didn't have to make the long walk for it.
Yeah, but that long walk could have something else.
It's true. We could see something very useful or very important down there, like the Smiths. Yeah. Anything with one entrance, it's not a dungeon. Book in the library.
Well, looks like the bat's over there, and vanilla book. Oy.
Yeah, that one just cracks me up. Alright, so at Blind's house, we're gonna have that fairy fountain that you need the hook shot for from the mountains. And now we've got... Wasn't it Super Bunny Cave?
At top of Super Bunny, perhaps?
No, it's
something East Death Mountain, though.
It's Spectacle. It's actually... Yeah, it's Spectacle Rock, because one of the things about Simple Shuffle 2 is that your two-way caves are always going to map their entrances and exits properly, like how we went into the race game and then came out at the race game, and it just happened to be a vanilla race game.
A lot better than an entrance Insanity Shuffle, I will tell you that.
Yeah, those things are hard. Or no, that wouldn't have been Spec, because you would have went to check. It was, you were right, it was Eastside Death Mountain. Alright, mulling it over in my head again. Now let's see, is there something more useful than a fortune teller at the fortune teller? Huh. It's gonna be the,
free 50 bucks.
Yeah, the favorite thief rupee farm from the desert.
There was a really slow seed once I saw somebody actually farming that, and oh look, ACM is gonna do just that. Gonna get that.
I mean, he was pretty close to the 100. Yeah. Well, we'll see what it ends up being. But somebody in chat asking what is Quick Swap, and it is the ability to use your shoulder buttons to switch your items without having to pause.
Yep, in the vanilla game, those two buttons do absolutely nothing.
We get a compass.
Eastern.
Yeah. And so, as the maps had added functionality, the compasses also. They'll reveal a count of the item locations you've checked while you're inside the dungeon. It's not necessarily going to be too useful to our experienced runners here, but in the event that you found yourself in a bind, it's definitely not completely worthless.
ACM's first to go up into the woods, checking Thieves' Hideout.
And finding the Lumberjack Cave, where there is a key. Thankfully, this is a lot easier to get to. You won't have to go through Acmlm.
So I wonder, speaking of Acmlm, what's in the Lumberjack Cave?
And I'm sure we'll find out in just a moment as ACM continues his route.
Because depending on how things get shuffled, that might not even force Acmlm required.
Right.
I think it's going to be Salad Shooter's actual village house that's going to be over there.
Yeah, and one of the things about Entrance Shuffle, if you're not familiar, is that you really do have to get to all the doors. There's some places that you wouldn't check in the regular item rando, but this one's about the doors rather than the item places, really. This is going to be the farthest Steve drop.
Sorry, to answer Zagman in chat, no, Ganon is going to be vanilla in the simple Entrance Shuffle. What happens in some of the other versions is Light World and Dark World get mixed. If you die to Ganon, you find yourself trapped in the Dark World, and no.
Yeah, unfortunately, that comes up as a bit of a confusing, if not soft-locking situation, and so...
And the witches moved to the Lumberjack house.
Yeah, hey, not bad. That's going to be important if we find that mushroom. Meanwhile, not a ton of items to be found yet, but not completely unexpected with an Entrance Shuffle. You might notice that the route people are taking here is generally similar to the regular rando, but for a slightly different reason. You had high item slots in Kakariko in regular rando, but here We still have a
And
high number.
Sanctuary's the Kakariko well, so
Gonna
4
want
chests
those,
blocked by the glove.
Yep, I'm gonna need those power gloves to get in there. And, oh, right. I was saying that Kakariko still holds a high density of doors. And so...
And
You're
we
gonna
still
wanna hit
could
that up
have an
early.
Agassiz. Nope, it's just a compass.
Nope.
Numberplay and Kyong both spading that out for us.
Yeah, and ACM haven't gone through just a bit before. It seems like these guys are all just kind of ducks in a row at this point. This ACM's going to make his way south. Again, we're going to see a not usually checked cave because of our entrance shuffle. And there are the Smiths.
So the Smiths are in Lightworld's equivalent of Hype Cave.
Right. The, guess it's the swamp area Great Fairy? I know it's definitely a fairy.
Yep.
Just never know quite what to call the region.
Now, the important one to know if you're tracking things in any randomizer is which cave is numbered 45. It's the one south of Haunted Grove.
And for some reason, we love to call it by its... But as long as we all know which cave it is, I guess that's just fine. So, this is actually Cave 45.
Mini Moldworm is Cave 45, only has arrows.
Yep. And so that's normally located at the Old Grove. Meanwhile, ACM does a dance around the electric pickle, hoping not to interact with those crabs too much, mostly because he'll be taking 2 hearts of damage if he does it.
Yeah, those crabs are definitely painful. Oh, fake flippers.
Yep. Easy every time for ACM. He's going to head over to the Pond of Happiness, except for who knows what it'll be. Meanwhile, we do have a bit of divergence as Kyong has now started to head north. He's going to go to where the potion shop is normally located.
Instead of Queen of Fairies, they find Checkerboard Cave with a big 20. And nice that the witch location is just a regular shop.
Yeah, that's going to be one that, if the bombs end up running low before we find a permanent weapon, shops are going to be very important to see. We've got a key here in what is normally Peg Cave, I guess. It's a small key to Dark Palace.
Couldn't have said that better myself.
Just another reminder of our missing hammer. Of course, it's quite early.
The hammer, of course, being the item that opens up the most locations, though that might be messed up by the entrance rando.
Indeed. And we got ACM and Kyong converging once again now towards Eastern. Well, Numberplay is going to take this long walk out to the Ice Rock.
But
this is a
Young's
place
checking a cave, and it looks like ACM, however, is going up to Salad Shooter, so somewhat converging, somewhat diverging.
Indeed. And the specialty shop. And a vanilla sauce? No, I switched those.
Sauce was in the cave south of sauce.
Yeah, crossed my eyes there for a second. So how about that? And the big key, was that to Dark Palace?
Dark Palace.
Indeed. So just getting a little trans-dimensional move there. And getting thrown out of its dungeon. So at Eastern, we find Ice Palace. We have the big key, we have the fire rod, but we have 4 hearts green mail and not a lot of magic.
ACM says, screw it, let's go.
Hey, I mean, he's got at least 1 chest that he can pretty much guarantee get to. And the low percent strat on the Pengators here is actually bombs. He's armed, so ACM's a guy I expect to know this strat pretty well.
If you want to focus on that one, I'll keep an eye on the Overworld trio.
All right.
As Hobo has a sword.
Hey, how about that? All right, and nothing much out of that first chest, but ACM wants to go deeper.
that Swordy's probably out on the lam hunting, hiding from the people on top of his bridge.
Right. Alright, ACM just looking to make that death warp, it turns out. I was gonna say, I wasn't sure how much further he could really get, but Kyong is feeling that first chest out as well. Fortunately, they're both gonna end up disappointed for it. So, that sword being a sequence break as Numberplay did the fake flippers, but hey, I mean, you gotta take what you can get with the way the seed's been so far.
Oh yeah, it's not like earlier when you had 4 swords in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was more a curse than a blessing, actually.
Huh. And now, did Kyong talk to Sahasrara?
Trackers definitely noticed something, because apparently Thieves Town is a green pendant.
Ah.
Now, where Thieves Town is, that's a different question.
It sure is.
Feargus, what entrance simple means, basically take all the houses and caves that have the same number of entrances to them, shuffle them all separately amongst themselves. The dungeons that have multiple entrances, that being the trio of Hyrule Castle, Turtle Rock, and which other third one?
Desert Palace.
Shuffle them amongst themselves, and then the rest of the dungeons get shuffled among themselves.
Alright, and both Numberplay and ACM now, having found their way to the back of Escape,
And there's the Swamp Palace small key in a bottle.
Yeah, that Swamp Palace key can take forever to find, and ends up limiting you greatly until you find it. So if that ends up being a crystal, will be very well met. And ACM taking his first spawn into the sanctuary as he picks up his swamp.
Gotta give xelnas props for persevering through this ice palace. Definitely something that'd be way beyond my abilities.
Yeah. ACM finding his way into the castle now, gonna take a look in desert, and he's gonna find out he needs shoes to get other shoes. He takes a little bit of abuse from the antler. Meanwhile, Kyong also making his way desert-wise.
Surprised they're not checking Agnes Cave. Or did I miss that?
Oh, they haven't.
I think Kyung just read my mind. I'm gonna shut up now.
You know what? And then I was getting shuffled in my head thinking about Desert Palace. I'm like, well, he's not actually at. Oh, right. Kyong is at the. Literally just said that. He just finds a storyteller there at Gina's Cave.
So a slow go for most of our runners to get things kicked off here.
Yeah, it's been definitely less than plentiful in terms of items. And at this point, they've got a cape. That sword is a sequence break. And I guess the interesting thing about sequence breaking that sword is knowing where the flippers are. So that you know that sword was not only flipper locked, but boot locked, because the flippers are thusly boot locked.
But since it's a sword and swords are progressive, that might just mean that that is not your intended first sword. It might be your intended third or fourth.
It's true. Meanwhile, we do have just about all of our players haven't picked up the bottle, and nobody wants to head back to the front of the bar yet to see what sick it has. And xelnas still working on Ice Palace, really wanting to take advantage of that fire rod. Figures, you know, the seed doesn't care necessarily about your magic level or anything else. It just knows you have fire to get through here. And so, guess there's like 1 or 2 more chests that might be available.
I would not
remember.
recommend Cold Stare on this setup, though.
Oh, not at all. Not that you can quite get there without the hammer. Alright, looks like ACM will be heading back to the village. We'll see if Sick Kid has the goods. One in chat saying in before demanded IP. Just $50 off a Sick Kid, so that's scarcely worth it. Oh, and xelnas not quite able to take care of those Stalfos Knights, and Kyong finding
Spike Cave.
What was that? The one of the spots by Ice Rock Cave? Did I see him get to, or?
Good B entrance to Ice Cave is Spike Cave.
Ah. Man, this is quite the thing.
A Moon Pearl and Dark World access would be nice, but we are far, unfortunately, from that.
Yeah, not to mention, not exactly well equipped. See, with what they have, they really basically just have Sphere 0 open. It's just a matter with entrance shuffle, what is actually there? And to answer chat, the Witch Hut location is filled with a shop. So nothing great there.
So if you want to pay 30 more rupees for your red potion, you could go there.
Yeah, we know Thieves Town is the green pendant, but we don't know where Thieves Town is. And then the only other thing I can think of is farm 500 rupees and go to Zora. Maybe he sells you the boots to get you the flippers, to get you the sword.
But you can't get there within logic without gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Fake flipper, you're right there. Sure.
Yeah, but then you're just sequence breaking. I forgot about the stone. Huh. Kyong stocking up on bombs as he found the graveyard ledge in town.
Now,
yeah.
Eastern Palace is desert, if I remember earlier, correct?
Eastern Palace location holds ice.
Castle and desert.
Yeah, the castle holds Desert Palace. We're unable to get into desert as of yet. We do know where the book is, but it's locked by the boots. And it feels like the boots are going to be the breakthrough item here to come up first, because it does open up a few things right away.
So what we might also be on the lookout for is Desert Palace Small Key. That could unlock the right area of the desert. And there's 2 items there, so it's 1 key for 2 items.
Yeah, ACM going to town with his boomerang. Not wanting to relinquish the red potion, getting the bomb back for his trouble off the crab. And hey, he'll take the fairies anyway.
Those crabs, man, they hate everybody.
Yeah, they're angry little things. And they're relatively weak in defense and strong in power. His number is now going to make his way down into Ice Palace. Get disappointed by, I want to say it was just an, arrow upgrade.
But Numberplay should have that red potion, as well as having a sword. We might see a deeper dive here than from our other runners.
It's absolutely true.
As Kyong picks up
sword. Maybe it's just a terrible lot of expectation here.
I just gotta say, I'm glad I'm not a runner this time around.
I'll tell you what, this has been a just very stingy seed so far. I say that knowing that we often say that about a seed, but hats off to finishing this one in any time at all.
I don't know, if I were Kyung, I would actually go and grab that big 20, because as you were saying before about Zora, that might be the key.
Yeah, but even so, we need
If he has Desert
would-
Key, then it really is the key.
yeah,
Unintended.
truly.
Ooh, interesting. ACM's going out the right side of Desert. Typically,
Is
this
he
is
going
useless.
to? He has the cape. I wonder if he's going to steal the
Cape.
key.
Sword. Uh-oh.
Right. It looks kind of funny
Stolen
because it looks
key.
like
Oh,
it looks like
big
he's
deal.
going for the Aga play, but really he's going to take the key here. We're not sure, I think, at this point what our reward is for Desert, but he probably feeling a little frustrated at this point and wants to just get on with it. Now, what I wonder, and I don't, because of the way the logic usually treats this multi-part dungeon, that GT
Small
key.
key to GT, okay.
Yeah, Number making his way through this dungeon now. And that was a vanilla big key for Desert. It was in the big key chest, and it was the Desert big key. Because there was no tech.
Wow, good key steal.
Oh, that's absurd. Because that Desert key is somewhere now, and who knows? But ACM showing off a little bit of routing here. Going to use this outside platform to be able to get back over to the left. Or I guess he's going to go in the back. Just finish off the dungeon. Ah, that's just as fair.
But he stole the key.
Oh yeah, he's not going to get very far, is he?
I just remembered. Oh, right, I stole this key.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, he's got the big key. Could check the big chest.
Yeah, this is what I thought he was
V-
getting on to with the.
Yeah, I wonder if
routing,
V28 will force you to steal the key.
I'm not sure that it will, but we're about to find out if that's what happened now.
Is there a dev in the chat?
May very well be. I know there's at least one or two in the race. Instead, we get a compass of Skullwoods. So, depending on what those two dungeons end up rewarding, if Desert's a crystal, say, and Skullwoods is a pendant, that might end up feeling a bit salty. Meanwhile, we got Number still working through Ice Palace.
Yeah, about to come up the right side.
Kyong finding himself back there as well, while xelnas is working over towards Eastern, which we know to contain, well, Ice Palace.
Ice Palace is a sequence break play, we believe, because the sword and likewise that first bottle were fake. No, just the sword was fake flipper for.
Yeah, but even so, in theory, you can get
Glove!
through here. Glove and Ice Palace?
Right above the big chest. Kyung just picked it up.
That is totally in sequence then. Because getting in here and fighting around doesn't require a sword. It requires a lot of magic and a lot of bombs. But the sword is just a bonus here.
Wait
but
a
that
minute.
glove, on the other hand,
Look at ACM.
yeah, rocked his way into a waterfall cave. I didn't see what was there.
Fat Fairy, wrong waterfall.
Oh, wow. Alright, and the bow is on the Zora ledge. Those flippers, and therefore those boots, are blocking a whole lot right now. But yeah, the Waterfall of Wishing just getting a bit of an upgrade.
Now, if you want to go sequence break crazy, does Kyung know how to navigate up to Death Mountain in the dark? Because gloves open that.
Well, what's really going to matter is what cave is actually there. Because it might not be that dark cave.
Did we see what the floodgate was here? Anybody going there yet?
I'm not sure that they have. I mean, I'm sure. Actually, I'm sure they have. I know I haven't seen it. But yeah, the boots are super required for this.
Oh, now we're seeing where the Desert 50 cave is. Oh, no, just Fairy.
Yeah, those boots are just holding up all sorts of stuff. You can't even do some of the glitches that these runners might like to without them. Meanwhile, ACM chucking a sign, Number taking a dive here in Ice Palace. They actually do have the Ice Palace big key to answer chat. It was one of the earlier items that I picked up. And it looks like ACM is feeling that ice play too and knows, well, gee, I'm probably going to need a little support.
Chucking the red potion for green. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's costly.
Yeah, it's a bummer because, you know, that normally your red potion's going to be a lot more valuable, but...
And the money in this seed hasn't really been flowing either, so not enough for the blue.
Kyong would take a stock of bombs, and I think he's looking around for that, the Desert Thief. Now that he has that power glove, I'm sure Zora is sharp on his mind.
Now with that kind of money.
Oh, shout outs to Clifford the Big Red Dog for the subscription.
Yes, definitely thank you for that $4.99 subscription. Actually, subscribed to all 4 speed gaming channels myself recently. Having 4 GG flags is nice.
Lots of fun. Oh, and here we see the top of Paradox Cave is actually the way you get up to Death Mountain.
So wait, you go up/down to Paradox Cave to go up into Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's going to be quite the paradox, isn't it? And that goes into the drop ferry, which is blocked by mitts. So you're actually going to need this other exit down here. Normally, you know, you want to get out of the middle one. This is like, yeah, it's some kind of super double ultra mega paradox cave. Meanwhile...
Nice, Clifford. You've also apparently got all 4 subs, so...
Yeah, cheers to him. Thank you for the support. Oh, and that was a hook shot on the bottom of Paradox I missed. That is a great help dealing with those mini Moldorms.
And Kane of Brian, now you can do Paradox once we find a book.
Ooh, silver. And a fairy in a bottle.
So, Hammer, then we can do Spike Cave, which... Where was that? Oh, right. Good B location.
Right. Right, there's a drop ledge there. To get back in, you'd have to do some tricks. Alright, just a fortune teller here up in the mountains. I predict you're going to walk into every door. That is the Elder's house to get up the mountain. So that'll be good right after checking this out.
So that's just going to link you elsewhere on the mountain. No reason.
We've got Spiral Cave.
Yes, Kyong taking the long walk around Spiral Cave.
And at least he has that hook shot that's going to be able to one-shot all of his enemies here.
Very handy, yes.
Yeah. Picking up some money along the way, too. Not bad. Very favorable
almost halfway
drops there.
to that Zora ripoff.
And we get a map. It's the map of Ice Palace. Well, hey, now they'll know if they have to go finish the thing. But of course, they'll be wanting the hammer before they go do.
Now, because of the crazy rando here, if they check the map for Ice Palace, does that open up where what the map says is Ice Palace, or Eastern, which actually is Ice Palace?
It will put it over top of Ice Palace on the overworld map. So they'll actually have to get Dark World access before they check that info. And
so to find out if we have to finish Ice Palace, we actually need the Eastern map.
Yeah. No, we have the Ice Palace map. What we need is the Moon Pearl and the other glove. Or the hammer. What was that?
Brain hurts.
Was this a vanilla spectacle? No. Or maybe the one end of it was. I'm not sure now. And King of Samaria apparently coming out of Ice Palace as we watch Keong's mountain adventure.
No, that spectacle was the exit from back of Old Man.
Aha. Front of Old Man is the other side of the Elder's house, so that's going to take you over
Good
back
link
to the other
across the
side.
mountain.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so where's the Old Man cave?
Wouldn't you like to know? Could be a number of different places, as Numberplay just sneaks into that what ends up being Mire shed down by the Ice Rod Cave, putting those gloves to use. And missed that first chest.
Fire
And then
map.
bombs in the second. Oh boy. Well, that's kind of fun for the flavor, if nothing else. This looks like the Midland part of Spectacle, which I guess Kyong didn't recognize as being a one-way. Frankly, neither did I.
Yeah, that was the wrong way up the one way, and the other brings you out the way.
Ah, right. So the doors there on Death Mountain don't necessarily have to link to two ways. Or no, I guess that kind of counts as a two-way because you end up dropping in there.
Yeah, because those drop-ins are linked as well as the Old Man side, so...
Yeah.
Wait a minute, so if that's the... Then what's in the that place words, wow.
Kyong feeling out which dark room this is, and he's putting his bets on the Old Man. Looks like he's navigating it quite well too. While Numberplay going back to get the well here at Sanctuary Graveyard.
So what I was about to say before words escaped me is,
and there's the Moon Pearl and the boots. This
What
ice
are
palace
those?
absolutely required, arduous as it was. Oh my. Yeah, so Ice Palace leading to gloves, leading to the boots and the pearl. So boots are going to get them flippers. They're going to get them bonk rocks, of course. The book, which is going to open up desert. Yeah, wow. So things are opening up as we find Mini Moldering Cave at the bonks. There's going to be 5 more items real quick. So, yeah. A salute to ye who brave the Ice Palace. This is, whew.
Ice Palace is nice palace. Let's see what these 5 items are.
Hammer! There's Dark World. Oh my.
T-Rock map.
Kyong does make it out with the Old Man
right
now.
there.
Yeah, Numberplay.
And the Old Man was loaded. $300.
Hey, that'll put Zort on his mind as he hits a fresh 551. Now ACM's about to go get the good news, it looks like.
So what I was trying to say before all that craziness,
Right.
what is where the Elder's house in the village, like, where did it get mapped to? So we saw the other way it was mapped from the mountain, but the other direction of the mapping.
Oh gosh, you know what? I'm kind of blanking. I mean, the big thing there was that it was literally just a pass through to the other door of the house. And so it wasn't such a big deal. The nice thing... Oh, putting that hammer to work now in the Mimic Cave that was near the village, if I remember right.
And xelnas is about to be very happy.
Our tracker for xelnas would indicate his power gloves along with this next myriad of items. Getting all the good news here for these guys. Kyong's coming right on back of it too. His number is gonna be the first to hit Dark World here. Gonna pop in between the Skull Woods and the village of Outcast. There we go. We've got Myers a crystal, Swamp as a pennant, and it looked like Turtle Rock crystal.
They were both crystals. Didn't see if any were 5 or 6 crystals, but those were both crystals. Crystals 4 and 2, just saw on the restream.
Good to know, good to know. Now, Number's going to be in this particular room without the cane, which ACM has, and so we'll see him do it the long way. In particular, the very long way.
And Skullwoods is Skullwoods, at least.
Oh yeah, these drop-ins are always going to be the same. That's actually an interesting thing to note here in the simple shuffle. And actually, I think in most of the entrance shuffle, until you get into some of the crazier difficulties. Skullwoods, the doors and drops will shuffle up among themselves. You know how there's that whole front part.
Yeah, like
basically that all stays there, and then the back half, Fire Rod, will open something. It may be a vanilla back. It may be Eastern. It may be, who knows.
Yeah, programmers, when they refer to randomness, they prefer to think of a bag of things that get shuffled. So the holes, the fall-ins for Skullwoods are one bag of items that get shuffled. Likewise, the doors and Numberplay eats a death.
Oh, that's a shame. After waiting all that out to be able to open that door. But, hey, he won't be far. He'll just have to do all the killing over again. It's a shame he doesn't have that boomerang.
Or the cane of cheating, as I like to call it.
Right. Hey, it's pretty much one legitimate use besides hilariously defeating blind.
Also has use in Ice Palace, potentially.
Oh yeah, for sure. Pushing down buttons is what I mean by that. Alright, so we're getting all sorts of mix and match as we get mostly a lot of running over places others have been. We don't know quite enough about the map to really start.
GT Big Key! Numberplay just got it.
Nice! Oh, that's great. And that's going to send these guys right up the tower instead of around it. ACM picks up his hookshot from Paradox Cave. And Number going to take the death on purpose this time, just to quicken his trip to the front door.
Yes, Field 94, chest equaled negative 142. No chest game for Ganon's Tower today.
Yeah. Alright, Kyong now pulling the slow playthrough here. He's going to have to be very careful as well. He's down to a half a heart. And sometimes those enemies don't like to play nice in that little section there. They like to wait at the door for you.
Yeah, don't know if Kyung picked up the bottle fairy, though, so might have reserve, might not.
Alright, and a small key to Ice Palace found in the hand-shaped room in the Skull Woods. Big 20, oh boy.
At least it's not a swordless big 20. That 20 is the biggest of all 20s.
Yeah. ACM gonna test the old man's ankles as Kyong did earlier with that big money. Zell getting his book.
So 2 of our runners could afford King Ripoff.
We'll see how he does today. If he does at all. These guys might not even think to go to it if they keep finding what they need.
If only Kyung had a mirror, we might have actually seen a ped check there.
Yeah, who knows where and if that mirror will even come up.
So I'd probably put the pedestal index sitting around a 6 right now.
I feel like with this seed the way it's gone, anything can happen, really. Numberplay is going to show us the other part of what I was saying about the Skullwood Shuffle. This could be anything, and in particular Swamp Palace. What this is going to mean is when we find the room you enter to actually pull the dam open in the light world, it's going to stay open permanently. And then they're going to want to go back to the back of Skull Woods to complete Swamp. Supposing, well, they probably won't need to complete it, but to find stuff.
Yep, that is a feature unique to the entrance rando.
Yeah, definitely one of its more unique features.
Swamp Small Key was in the trio of chests at the back of Escape, chat.
Oh, right, and Turtle Rock is at Desert. That cane is available in Ice Palace. I'm not sure if that was sequence broken by ACM. In fact, I'm not sure that there was a sequence break to do. But we could see if the keys come up, or I guess there's a couple of chests available with that fire rod and that cane. We might see something in Turtle Rock. And chat pointing out that we do have the somewhat silly situation of Hyrule Castle is then at Turtle Rock by process of elimination, and that's a long way to go to save Zelda. Alright, ACM checking Dark World Death Mountain. Going down here to what is normally a Great Ferry.
So, Aghanim's moved up next door to Ganon?
Yeah, he won't have to go far after you might beat him the first time. Although at this point there would be seemingly no need to. Alright, we've got the bomb shop is found simultaneously at the Dark World Sanctuary by Kyong and Numberplay. Meanwhile, xelnas making his trip to the mountain and was thinking of swatting these Moldorms with the book for a second, it would look like. Ah, there we go. Pod and Skull Woods are crystals 5 and 6. Cheers to Kyong for doing some reading. While we get a ferry at the specialty shop location.
Yep, Kyung's one of 3 out of our 4 who have literacy.
And ACM knows where the library is, but just hasn't gone back.
xelnas about to get a paradox payout.
Yeah, go pick up that hookshot. It's one of my favorite items, that and the Cane of Samaria. Get a lot of damage use out of it, and then also a lot of good movement if the layout is right.
And it stuns enemies that cannot be stunned by a boomerang, most importantly. Because mini
too.
Moldorms, they're nothing now.
Yeah, they just one-shot you, which is great. Alright, Numberplay is going to show us around the village. Did we see the menu where ACM did have book? We have chat calling out. Thank you, Link to the Past, and Matt 029, and whoever else might have chimed in for it. Meanwhile, we got the Blinds Hut check. We got one vanilla red, a green heart piece, which came out of the back of there, presumably, and another green. And the Master Sword, so a sort of vanilla sword from the Pyramid Fairy, but located at the Waterfall of Wishing. As we have another pod small key.
So which dungeon do you think is going to pop up next? I'd love to see a Tower Arrow.
It would be a thing. I mean, I'm trying to think of what all keys they have. Just tracking which keys are needed is one thing, but which keys they have is another. As we're going to see ACM talk to King Zora, and then go pick up that bow. Oh, just big love. But Sankheart, we'll say it was worth it.
The biggest of the love from King Ripoff. And a bow!
Indeed. Meanwhile, another storyteller moved into the treasure game. And what's at Thieves Town? Let's find out. It's Eastern. Well, technically, we'd need a lamp. I was gonna say this is beatable, but it would be a sequence break.
It's the
And also-
only dark room that I can do myself. But not having a bow here,
Yeah, that's gonna make it impossible. Wow, Dark Palace keys out the wazoo. I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but
and Swamp is the back of Skullwoods. So those two literally just got flip-flopped.
Oh, you were saying the other way. I was thinking, like, yeah, we saw that a while ago, but yeah, strike that, reverse it from what I was thinking. And indeed, ACM gonna give those mummies a hug and just take his way back to the front door. Oh, except the fairy. Kind of forgot he had that.
More Gibdo love? No.
Nah, he's gonna take the long way now. But at least sword beams? I don't know. I got the double movement through Eastern now.
Yeah, Eastern
at
map
Thievestown.
just being 5 bombs.
And the shovel.
And my Master Shovel dream is dead.
I was gonna say, not in your preferred spot, but at least it's one place we know they'll be thinking of checking because, well, it's in the same spot at all. Well, ACM gonna put that fire rod to work and go take care of Malthula. I guess it wasn't he who checked, but he'll find out that it's a particularly important crystal. Xelnas now on very low hearts is gonna make his way around Dark Death Mountain. And he finds the money-making game. It's one of our runners, I'm forgetting who. Seen before. Well, ACM going to town on Moth. And takes him down, very nice.
So, just point this out, we're at 51 minutes, and Xelnas still has no sword.
Right, and the crazy thing at this point is that he has the flippers, so he could actually go get it. He just has to bother to do. As we get a bottled fairy out of Eastern now. And it looks like Number is just going to take the death. Except for you just picked up the fairy! Oh no! Didn't have time to mull that one over. Yeesh. And I guess he'll just stand there and continue. Yeah. I mean, honestly, at this life level, yeah, it's probably just the same. ACM gonna go to
And the second fairy!
No.
Sorry, I got caught up between the real-time and the lag streams. Synced up to that level.
And ACM picking up some spin speed off of that ladder, very nice. And he's gonna make his way back to the shopping mall. Today's trip to the shopping mall brought to you by the Helmassar Haberdashery. Hats guaranteed to take 16 hits and not one more. As we find a Gina's cave way out here in the dark world. He really just wanted to seclude himself.
That be 17 hits because the 17th hit is when it breaks in a bloomerang in Agna's cave.
Well, that's what I was saying. It can take 16. Sure. And just a big 20 out of digging game on short hits. Looks like he'll keep going for money. Why not? Big Red's popping out. Take as much time as you need, right? Meanwhile, our first stump check. And
a useless Meyer Small Key.
Indeed, in the front of the bar. So yeah, Number able to get his money back and then some. Yeah, so our two swords so far are being flipper locked, but also both sequence breakable. Well, I guess that's not totally true because you could get the flippers at the same time. You could sequence break the one sword.
So Bomb Shop is actually the sealed house, and just north of Bomb Shop is the other side of Ice Cave.
Interesting. Yeah, good on Kyong remembering those bonk rocks there. Those, the ones by Link's house can be a bit tricky. Kind of forget about them, as ACM goes to find them as well. And inside of Swamp Palace, Numberplay is going to find his.
Is totally not hype at all.
Yeah, nah. ACM and Kyung just high-fived to get that out. And
Back of Skull, and as you can see in Numberplay, you now have your answer.
Yep. And the flippers were on the Torch of Desert, which was located at Hyrule Castle. We'll see what is normally the lakeside shop. And we've got the, I guess that's the Lake Thief, I want to say. And the Hammer Dash from ACM to get through those pegs.
Xelnas taking a deep breath, maybe considering going back into ice. Nope, gonna eat a death instead. Use a fairy? Huh?
I think he forgot he had it. That's been a running theme this seed.
Yeah, 2 bottles, 2 fairies, and Kyong got a third, but I don't know what was in that third bottle.
That was a red potion. Yeah, these guys are having themselves a time trying to death warp. I don't know if that was in the rules or not. Something just preventing them. Small magic off a tree pool there for Xelnas uncharged. Barely, at least. And so.
Hey, Numberplay, you have to light all 4 torches. There you go.
There it is. So Kiki's gonna open the way to the pod door, and what will be behind it today? I kind of feel like it's gonna be pod. We've got all the stuff for it.
So Kiki is effectively being Hal opening the pod bay door.
Yeah. And
it's a Thieves Town.
And there are myths.
And the myths in Thieves Town.
Yeah, sort of semi-vanilla. That's just gonna open up a couple of more things for them if they can make their way over across the mountain.
That's like a vanilla with hot fudge syrup.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody call them chocolate one time. In particular, all the heart pieces, right? Because you can never know if it was really the one that was originally there.
Speaking of heart pieces, for almost an hour in, everybody's low on health.
Yeah, this is a an infirmary scene. Just gonna keep these guys racked up for a while. At least they have the bottles and our first shield for ACM out of Thieves Town. And lacking what he needs to go further is just gonna peace out. And Numberplay got grabbed or took a death. Because he had to light the 4 torches again.
Oh, he got stuck trying to get the last key to enter the room to fall him off.
Ah.
Probably grabbed, because there is a clutch in this room.
Yeah.
Gets it the second go around, and we'll see him fight them off.
Meanwhile, Kyong running around in Thieves Town. Great dungeon to have your boots in, as you can see.
Fighter spins and moth. Oh.
Well, cheers to him. He did just fine with Ice Palace earlier. Meanwhile, we're getting the pyramid check. And it looks like a big key, so that's going to be important. Potentially. Misery Mire, which we know to be a crystal, so... Meanwhile, down to just 1 health. Oh no! And that looked like it was pretty much down to the end of the fight, too.
Ped check for Xelnas.
Oh wow, he just snuck it in there. 3 bombs.
Oh, Peds is dead.
Yeah, Ped is dead. That's a shame. Well, looks like we're getting a catfish check from ACM. I mean, they're kind of running out of places to go at this point. Although with those mitts, there are some caves on the east side of this dark mountain. You see Keon getting to.
Yeah, definitely a good play, I would say, going to the east dark mountain.
Another storyteller.
Be nice to find a hookshot cave. It is one of the rare 2
There
entrances.
it is.
Don't burn the witch, folks.
Yep. 20 blue mail. Oh, that's nice. All right, the brewery, as they call it. Big key to Hera. Map of Skull Woods for ACM. And just a little bit of love. Now we'll see Keon walk on the air here. And get back to the back of this.
Oh, sure, chat. Blame me for a non-pitch seed.
And check it out, JTN. Number's gonna make his way back up here in a sec to check the dig spot if we haven't seen it yet.
Dig spot hype. Here we go.
All right.
I'd love to see Powder. Keep the fetch quest dream alive.
Just keep it going. Oh, and I missed what the check for TR was.
Dig 20.
Hopefully our... Huh, so Hookshot and Super Bunny swapped. That's fun. Keon gonna do a little mashing fun there.
Yeah, I guess those are the only two entrance Dark Mountains, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but in theory, they're allowed to be some of the other two-way caves. I think it just happened to be this way.
Speaking of two-way caves, ACM just found the bottom of Bumper Cave. Which is the top of Bumper Cave.
So you got a backwards bumper.
So Bumper Cave is the new Paradox Cave.
Interesting.
Kyung's got a hammer and 2 invulnerability items. Let's see what's in Spike Cave location. Chest game.
Right, and our guys are all just kind of trying to figure out where to go at this point. This is a tough one.
I think the biggest thing hurting our runners here, besides the failed death warps, is a lack of a mirror.
It would be nice right now for sure. The lamp would also put a lot of things in sequence right now. Even if they found pod, technically they shouldn't do it. Well, not shouldn't do it, but it wouldn't be in sequence. I would say go ahead and do it if you can at this point. Because between that and, what do you call?
Yeah. Of dungeons, the only 3 that we haven't... The only 3 dungeons that we haven't checked what's actually there are Terra of Hera, Ice Palace, and Mire. We know Turtle Rock by a process of elimination.
Right. Yeah, and so in the Herodor, or what there is. And still no sight of Dam as far as I know.
As xelnas discovers the paradox of Bumper Cave. Numberplay finding nothing in Salad Shooter's Dark World equivalent. You know, I hate the murder dactyls more than crabs.
They're pretty beefy. I'd say they're a fair counterpart, considering the Dark World's general increased difficulty. There's a very nice fairy drop from
Kyung's entering desert from the front. Let's see which one this maps to. Turtle Rock! Oh, God.
Right, and we knew that one. Now, he doesn't have that cane from Ice Palace. This, to me, has to be the play. ACM beat Skull Woods. That was available. He got a crystal. And now we can't necessarily beat Turtle Rock. There's a couple of chests we can get to.
Kyung can't go anywhere because he doesn't have the cane.
That's what I'm saying. We need ACM to get over there to show us the info. Meanwhile, Xelna's going to make his way up the Catfish.
Where was that cane? It was so long ago.
It was in Ice Palace, wasn't it? And actually, that's a dungeon we have all the stuff to go beat. So these guys need to, ACM has to get out of Eastern and go to Eastern. He'll be able to finish this navigating the dark rooms. But in sequence, IP is open. Keon can also beat that now. Let's see. Yeah, and Ice Palace is at the IP location. Or the EP location, Eastern Palace. So
Oh,
both of these
Numberplay
guys...
just lost Kiki.
Oh no, that's a shame. And with only
I'll
2
say
hearts
back
left.
$10.
Yeah, but at least he's got plenty to deal with it.
Now that's interesting. xelnas taking a whirlpool warp in the Dark World.
Oh yeah. And let's see, can he get that potion in time? Oh, instead he's gonna opt for the Kane. Hey, not bad.
Kane O'Brien doesn't get much love, but when you realize you have it, you're thankful you do.
Indeed. And picking that smartly over the cape, because the cape takes just a little bit to turn on. And also it takes a little bit more of your magic as it does. And chat pointing out something, little teaching point, the music is a lie in Keysanity. It just happens to be right for Numberplay.
Yep, the music is shuffled because you normally do not know whether dungeons are pendant or crystal. So that
Or
is
actually,
all kinds
we're
of
listening to ACM's audio, I bet. But yeah, so we have no idea what Eastern is.
So Numberplay gets the shield. xelnas still looking for that sword. Just go to Hobo, man. Just go to Hobo.
He's gonna let out the fairy. Ah, but he picks it up. Oh no. Yeah, and poor xelnas, no sword. Yeah, finishing Ice and getting into Turtle Rock, I think, are great plays. Since we haven't found that desert key, we're gonna have to wait on doing that. We have everything else otherwise.
And Kyong is full of footwear.
Yep. Shoes for days. And
ACM is about to show us Peg Cave.
I was gonna say, I think this will be a first. Live on stream. And it's a fairy.
Womp womp.
Now, if I remember right, the Peg Cave got shuffled to a fairy location, so...
Let's see, is ACM gonna do... Nope, not gonna pick up the swordsmith to bring back to... Where is he supposed to go again?
Oh, man. Smiths
Well,
were...
to wherever to pick up the purple chest, which might have something.
Right. Alright. Kyong ending up with his semi-vanilla sword.
6 digs for 20 and ACM says nope.
Yeah, no need. Pretty much good on rubies for now, having gone to Zora himself and all that. Kyong gonna be very happy to get that bow. Zora ledge. Numberplay cutting a route across the front of the castle here. Out of Sanctuary, which was located at the Uncle spot. Now he's back with the frog in hand.
Jeremiah getting the world tour.
Indeed. Fun times to be had. xelnas has found Skull Woods. Yeah, and actually, with xelnas, without having a sword, is not going to be able to get through Skull Woods, it occurs to me. Because he's got to fight...
I actually don't have where the Smiths are.
Yeah.
I don't have that in my list.
I managed to skip it writing down, too, so shame on us.
Thank you, Skydream, Light World Hype Cave.
Ah, thank you. Cheers for that. Yeah, and a nice easy drop off with a save and quit. And we found Misery Mire. Where did we find Misery Mire?
Ice Palace is actually Mire.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, he's got all the stuff to get there now. Very cool. All right, well, lacking the cane, he won't be able to finish it, but it is available. So, this is going to be,
Mire Big Key, of course, was on the pyramid.
right. Having the keys he has, he could go straight to the Mire Big Chest. But he's going to do something of a more rudimentary route through Mire.
I would say go right, get the big chest, come up around that side to get the chest over there. And then from there you could, if you wanted to do a full clear of Mire, head north from there around to the crystal switch and such, then you're just left side and done.
Yeah. It looks like he'll be pulling a Wonka and a strike in reverse. Got his fire rod out. Take advantage of the push blocks here. Xelnas taking some abuse. Didn't see if that was possibly on purpose. Seems like it because he's warping out. Do not adjust your set. Kyong's stream is just in a very long cutscene. Yeah, and who knows where this lamp is at this point.
Yeah, that's a heavy wall. It takes a while to move.
We got a key here to Ganon's tower. I think they've picked up enough that they won't have to do a darn thing when they get to Ganon's tower. They just go straight up.
Of all the Keysanities I've seen, the Mire Big Key location has been one of the most trolly, at least for version 27 of the random. I don't know if 28's going to hold with that trend.
Big 20s galore here for Kyong. Oh, and Xelnas taking a death on his way over towards, well, I don't know if there's actually caves over there. Now we're gonna see that big chest here out of Mire.
You could tell this is some crazy kind of shuffle.
Big key to Eastern Palace. Oh, man.
Big key to Eastern in the big chest of Mire?
Yep. Tower compass. Kyong preserving some health to pick up some prize money. Sneak out of the way here.
So an hour 12 in, one of our featured 4 has finished one dungeon.
Yep. More big 20s for Kyong. Xelnas is going to be rather peeved.
And all of our runners at either 6 or 7 hearts.
Yep. Xelnas had been working his way over here to a dead end, having died a few times to do it. It's a bummer.
Top of Spectacle Rock, completely vanilla.
Oh, the heart piece there, yeah. Huh. See Kyong water here.
Sorry, Kyung, you don't have a mirror. Can't go check what's in that location.
And Case 343 pointing out Spike Cave, which has not been checked. And it's in the light world spot of where Kyong is heading now. So we'll see when our runners do get there. I think right now it behooves them all to finish Ice Palace, which is going to open up some trips into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, all of our runners pretty much retracing each other's previous steps.
Eastern will be available with a trip to Mire to get that big key. Find out if that's a crystal or a pendant. Either case, maybe our Ormos Knights are holding something important. Not to mention the chest.
Skydream, your summary of dungeons is correct when you specify that skull is back of skull. Also, front of desert is Turtle Rock.
Well, all of desert is Turtle Rock.
Now, in simple, do the fronts have to match the fronts?
The whole dungeon is swapped. So when one of our players will make it through that first part of the Turtle Rock and be going into the final stretch, they'll go back around the backside of the desert, lift a rock, and walk in. And that will be the last stretch of Turtle Rock.
Okay.
Just like how we saw at the castle when they would go out the left or right side, they ended up on the ledge of the castle even though they were in desert. And then when they went in the back door to steal the key, it was the back. All right. Of our players needing to...
I think xelnas is lost.
Honestly,
Went back to check the bottle vendor and said, dude, you already got this.
I mean, he might just be wondering, is there something he wrote down? Didn't actually do. And there was sick kid, at least. Kyong doing his Smith mimics.
Alright, so what are we missing so far? There's been no mushroom or powder, but those are fetch quests. Dig spot's been checked, it's dead.
We got lanterns, medallions, flute, ice rod. At least one medallion is going to be important to all this.
And for style points, magnet.
Yeah, why not?
Though I'm wondering, nobody has gone up to Hera location yet. And it can be accessed despite not having the mirror because, as I discovered from the 2 o'clock troll seed, hammer and hookshot will get you up there via the right side.
Right. And I wonder if it's a dark cave that leads to the top of the mountain. And without that turn, nobody's really been wanting to do it. So ACM is making the Turtle Rock dip, while Kyong has found his way into Eastern. Now, I don't remember him going to Meyer, and so I don't think he has that big key, but he's going to get through some stuff.
You know that darkroom comment? That's probably correct because we have not seen where the old man's other half of his cave is, and since that's the only other 2 access, that's probably right. And there's
the
Ice Rod and T-Rock.
Turtle Rock. You can't escape the troll. And so, wow. So, he's gonna take the Death Warp, but now he's gonna go poke at the, I want to say that's the compass room with the laser over the eyeball, unless I missed him doing it. In that case, he'll be making his way to the back.
Yeah, as you come into this main conveyor room here, the one in the bottom left, that's your compass room. Normally.
Oh, and Kyong wasn't Meyer. I guess I was mixing him up with ACM. Alright, we got the Chomp room. These guys hit like a truck. Alright, and just a map out of this.
And with silvers in hand, Kyung's going to let us know what's in Eastern.
Yeah, he's ripping it apart. Meanwhile, an intentional death for ACM. Xelnas making his way around the village, entering the Thieves' Town door for the first time. He's going to find Eastern. be ill-equipped to deal with it.
Small key to Hyrule Castle on the Armos.
Huh. Wanting to get, or having to get all the way up to the top of Dark Death Mountain to be able to even think about it.
Is somebody going to dive into the dark escape room?
Actually, you know what? They can go backwards through,
Yep,
what do you call
that's
it?
that
Sanctuary
key in the
Drive.
house.
Oh, man. Huh. Let's see. Looks like ACM is understanding now that his only real progress forward at this point is gonna take him through Cold Stare.
Yep, ACM is taking your old advice of Ice Palace being the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crystal. He can... Well, actually, we don't... Oh, yeah, we did know it was a crystal, I want to say, from Xelnas' map check. Because he had found the map.
2 bottles and 8 hearts. It's still tough, but better than it was earlier.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and some of these enemies die pretty quickly to the hookshot, some of them to the silvers. These pengators actually go down in one shot from the hook. One of the cleaner ways to take care of them. You're gonna see a nice flip of the switch there. It's gonna have him just a little bit more set up for the Ice Pal's bomb jump in a moment. And almost doubling into that fairy, but realizing it wasn't gonna do him anything.
Swordsmiths are bombsmiths today, apparently.
Ah. CM's gonna very carefully line up this bomb jump, and he gets it the first try. But of course.
Nicely done.
Zelma's deciding to do the dark room like many. Great bomb and bonk strats from ACM on this Pingator room.
Numbers going for a big
Lining up the
chest.
key dash there, very nice.
Big chest of skullwoods here. Let's see what it's got.
Alright, and we're seeing Kyong do his spike cave play. Getting that cane of burn on in just the nick of time.
Power upgrade, nothing major there.
And a vanilla IP key.
Spike Cave proving only to have a big 20.
Ah, shucks. Arrow upgrade out of this palace, so nothing great.
That big 20 stained with the blood of so many who came beforehand.
Yeah. Oh, there's the arrow game. We'll get no love from Xelnas here in the Village of Outcasts. I believe that was probably shown to us earlier and I missed it.
There was one seed I was really hurting for money, and Arrow Game actually saved me in that regard, so.
It's a great game. And to answer Check's Human, we got Swords at Hobo and the Waterfall of Wishing, which turns out to be the Pyramid Fairy. Yeah. So both of those flipper locked, which were boot locked, which were glove locked. And so all of our guys able to get those, just some of them not getting any and some missing. So ACM's gonna go ahead and finish this off. Make his way into Cold Stare.
Big chest of Ice Palace is the Vampire Skewer.
Huh. Nah, Kyong's not lost. He's going to fight Mothula. Alright, needing just a bit of green goo. Finish up the first phase of Cold Stare is ACM. Wow. For a Master Sword fight, he did wonders. There's the mirror. Cold Stare with the mirror. That's going to get him into The Meyer, well, no, they
That's
need
the
the flute for that.
second time I've seen Cold Stare have the mirror in all the seeds I've been a part of.
It's just fancy ice, right? Yeah, ACM with a, just the sort of boss fight you'd expect. ACM. And so with that mirror, we've got a couple of overworld locations. I might put in mind to go check out Hera then.
Yep, Hera's finally accessible, as is Cave 45. You've got north of the graveyard.
And ACM deciding he doesn't like that spawn. Deciding, rather, that he wanted to go backwards instead of forwards. As Kyong finishes off Mothiel in great form. And he's gonna go ahead and see about this dark room. Does it well enough. There he is at the top of the mountain. Ah, interesting. So they're all locked up in terms of that side. I wonder which cave it is that actually gets you over there. We're gonna see an ether read. Well, actually, an ether get. Just 20 rupees.
So Hefe was wanting some big things on the tablets. We got our first tablet check here.
No, the biggest of 20s. And it's a vanilla Hera.
Boo.
Which puts Pod at the Misery Mire location? Which makes
That is
flute
some
required.
correct deduction.
Yeah, and that makes flute required. Golly. We got ourselves a seed. Did we have the big key of Hera? Yes, we must have.
I don't know.
Hopefully ACM is not making a mistake. Skydream pointing out, it also means we need a medallion. And yeah, ACM picked up that Hera big key somewhere. I'm trying to remember where, but...
Oh, Hookshot Cave.
Ah, of course. I'll put that hookshot to work here.
Just had to read my bad handwriting on my notes.
Map of desert. We'll be able to find out if it's worth it after all. There's the lamp. All right. Well, that kind of opens some things up now. At least when we finally find Pod, we'll know we can just go in. Along with Meyer will be completable in sequence.
Hour 27 for a lamp. I think that's a record lead.
Yeah, 87 minutes in the dark. And just as clean as you could on Moldorm here. For the Bombos Medallion, which is going to open up the door to Turtle Rock, which we know to be Hyrule Castle. Now, whether or not there's anything there, we'll just have to see. But he does have all the items he needs to go run and check quick, so maybe that'll be the thing. Looks like with the hammer out, that will be what he has in mind.
Yep.
Kyong now working through Ice Palace. That's going to be good for him. Numberplay has made his way to Moth. Starting off with Fighter Sword spins. Actually, it's probably going to end up being mostly Fighter Sword spins because not a lot of magic in his inventory as far as I know. I'm putting that quick swap to work. We'll see. He'll get one or two more taps, and yep.
Yeah.
You've got
Speaking of
bombs.
magic, nobody's found half magic yet.
Quite. And with Trinex required, you'd like to see it, but it certainly doesn't put it out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, the other option there is like Numberplay has all 4 bottles, so you could stock up on safety potions.
Yeah, he puts that fighter sword to work on Mothula and gets that fight done. Well done, Numberplay. Really been showing some gumption here. He was the first one to dive into Ice Palace and make it in to get the gloves were there, I guess, and that cracking things open. Along with the cane, which we found did a little bit more to help things along in getting us through the mire. Now in the dark, we have just a heart. But smartly using that mirror, I'm going to head to the basement of the castle now. You see him. Meanwhile, on Kyong's screen, we're going to see a Cold Stare fight, and he's got Master Sword, he's got full magic, he's got that Fire Rod.
Now, I hate to say this, but this is Keysanity. Have we found Castle Tower keys yet?
I think we have one.
There could be something up there.
Could be. Now, what's interesting, too, is actually... Huh. You want to get in and up that way to, what do you call it? Get to the Mimic Cave location, which could be holding something as well.
Yep, because we saw Mimic Cave is actually where the Smiths normally would be.
Right. And so something has to go in that door. So won't that be interesting to see if that location holds anything valuable and which of our runners will remember quickly to check it in that case. But Cold Stare is down for Kyong. He's got a mirror in hand. And it's looking like ACM knows what he's doing here. But of course he does. Comes out across the bridge. Oh, and a quick mirror. Gonna go in this cave.
That's a paradox.
Yep. Oh, and I missed the sword upgrade in Zelda's chest. That is welcome for sure, and we're gonna see what is in Mimic Cave's location today. Just the inn, so nothing of import. But still, cheers for thoroughness.
Just remember, strange women who are not in their cells distributing swords is not a proper system of government. Alright. So Kyong making his way up the mountain now. Meanwhile, Numberplay working through Ice Palace as well, and xelnas is going to get a sword. You know, this is still 92 minutes.
5 minutes short of the longest wait for a sword that I've seen.
You've seen a wait longer?
I've seen a 97. I forget whose it was. And to answer Solsky in chat, he did not go up the tower. I think they had a key for it, but I don't remember. Oh, Numberplay gonna put that fairy to work, having a little bit of trouble with the bomb jump. It's a tricky one to do. Kyong's gonna find his Vanilla Hera in just a second, and check that out, xelnas
has a second sword already. Hey!
Fighter to master, and just that fast. And if he continues up the Zora, he's gonna understand why he's been feeling so frustrated for the past little while, because there's the bow, and yeah, some things are gonna start to click.
First sword. 93 minutes, second sword. 94 minutes, bow and silvers.
Yup.
I expect rage slashes.
No time. That was the big key to Thieves Town in
the first chest of Hera, yeah.
Yeah, and so and we've got a dam. We have found the dam. Golly.
North of the graveyard.
Yeah, how about it? And so with one pool, this will stay permanently done for ACM. So he can go back to the back of Skull Woods to do the front, or do Swamp.
But is he going to instead swing by where the location normally would be to pick up the flooded item?
We'll see. At this point with his bearings, I would say he's going to do that dungeon first.
And by God, Numberplay found his game.
And Sirio pointing out something that I agree is humorous, that the dam ended up being mirror locked anyway. Or that swamp, I guess, really. Yeah,
so
the
prereqs for swamp maintain as prereqs for swamp.
Right.
Go figure.
Yeah. And you'll say, wait a minute, I thought ACM was going to swamp. But he's got to go through bits of skull, of course, to get there. He's going to get another play here from on Cold Stare from Numberplay. Meanwhile, xelnas finding Meyer, but lacking that cane.
You wonder if when ACM is done with this swamp, since he'll be in a certain location... Wait, we've already had this checked as 3 bombs, never mind.
Yeah.
So I was trying to re-hype the pedestal.
Nope. Just triple booms. Take them or leave them. Oh, and worth noting, this is a Cold Stare done with the fighter sword, so Godspeed.
Spin speed.
Yeah, and he's gonna opt to, as his health gets low, give himself a chance with that fire rod as well as the life bar back.
Delicious blue goo.
Indeed.
Now, if you were in ACM's position, would you check left side of swamp or would you try to go mode swamp?
Well, trying to think, because he's actually pretty packed on items. He needs that flute, though. Ooh, and Numberplay goes down. Oh, that's rough. That's not a short trip back in. You see him quit in frustration. Which I believe somebody unselected Numberplay's cane on the tracker. Well, we're going to see ACM...
Oh God, trackers, put that cane back!
And Helior... Misery Mire is being done right now by xelnas.
And it appears ACM is going to do a full clear of swamp after all.
Yeah, I don't blame him. You don't want to end up leaving the flute there. I guess... At this point, I mean, maybe you save some time if you run straight to the back and come back in.
And xelnas eating up death.
But yeah. This seed's still very stingy with the health, so really not a surprise to see some trouble here. These are not the circumstances under which these bosses are normally fought, even in like some of the other randomizer modes, and even this one, frankly. We got our second Turtle Rock play here. Number's gonna get his Ice Rod. All things considered, for the way this one plays out, it looks like Turtle Rock can be done pretty close to the end here.
But that isn't necessarily the most conducive to cutting right over to Ganon's tower like it would be normally.
Correct. Let me get that Skullwoods small key here in left side swamp, but Skullwoods is already done and just hearts here, so this could have been better left unchecked, but depending on what's in the back of Swamp Palace, would have been checked either way.
Kyong about to get the heart upgrade from Darkroom and done.
Yep. Yeah, don't save and quit. Just mirror out. You're good. There we go.
Yeah, you don't want to trek all the way up there again for nothing.
And now xelnas having himself a time. I want to say the Eastern Palace big key is here in Meyer, if I remember right.
Meyer, big chest.
Yeah. And so it's going to be a good thing for him to get to. But yeah, few hearts, green mail. This dungeon was not meant for green mail.
So much craziness going on. Where was the blue mail?
Blue mail was in... Oh goodness, there's the flute. So in this case, it would have been faster, in fact, to just do the back of the dungeon. Because at this point, plus minus a medallion check, ACM's ready to beat this thing.
I swear, these drain chests are some of the most trolly out there.
Yeah.
Hookshot Cave. Thank you, chat.
Ah, yes. It's here. Yes. Anybody else who might have shouted? Looks like there's a wall of mist. Including our tracker, Remio. Shoutouts.
Yeah, 100 minutes in. Definitely give a shout out to our trackers, Remiel and Call Me Hefe, working hard, keeping us up to date on who's found what. Bacon sword, bacon short board Argus with a map to
Dark
Dark
Palace.
Palace.
Oh, man.
And a pendant. Oh!
Ah, but I think we knew that one. But still,
We did,
want
but
to
it
get back
still
here and
hurts.
find the item. Yeah. So, Kyong taking a long look at the inventory, probably looking at his tracker and all that, trying to figure out what do now.
Very handy key tracker in that bottom panel.
All right, and if you just like ped checks because you like ped checks, go ahead and get hype. But this one we knew. Numberplay gonna be finding his sword and bow soon now, going up to Zora. I think ACM was fancying to go down through the warp area, then realized, you know what, there's a door over here, isn't there?
As
Dash
Numberplay
on
picks
down.
up second sword. I find it funny. Numberplay was the first to pick up the first sword, but was the last to pick up an upgrade.
Right.
And he'll be happy with a bow soon.
Right. Oh, for sure. And oh, he still hasn't gone to get his flippers, so this is all just on the dash.
But you can't do that with a waterfall.
Oh, did he get stuck?
He's stuck.
Oh no. Well, go get your flips, my dude.
Go to Desert, which is actually Hyrule Castle, and bonk that thing. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, he has to go get the flippers properly.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
the one flipper blocked item that you cannot fake.
Yeah.
Kyung and ACM both going for lunchtime.
Yeah, we got pretty much sync here.
Both
There's
of those
Numberplay
runners.
with the flipper get.
So both those runners with bacon sword and a lunchbox, and I'm staring at a bacon mushroom pizza. I'll be back in a sec.
Alright, and so at the Cave 45 door, we've got a Shab.
Lunchbox has bottle 4.
Well, for the progression there, that's actually completely vanilla, usually.
Yeah, that is a vanilla bottle. And speaking of tablet checks, Hefe, here's your second tablet. Let's see if it has anything good.
Goes the Bombos animation for Quake. Just a little bit different of a medallion for you. Well, that puts him in just a touch better of a situation to go get the mire checked once he goes get the flute from Swamp. And Ether's on the desert ledge!
Wow.
Oh boy, I didn't even see that earlier. This is just Medallion Desert. Oh man. And only too bad that on the keys he has that he's not going to be able to get down to get that, because then he would be sure to be able to get where he needs to go.
So if you had to make a guess as to what the finishing time of our runners is going to be.
Oh, I have no idea at this point, because we still have keys that are eluding us.
Let's see, which big keys have not been found yet? I know we're missing the Turtle Rock big key, I believe.
As far as I know.
Did we find Ice Palace big key? I mean, because those that cleared it did so via bomb jumps.
Right. Well, we'll have to see. In either case, Numberplay's going to head back into Mire, and looking like he's going to try the dark rooms. Kyong has picked up his ice rod.
Chat's expecting a 240, 250, which is about where my mentality was, about that 245 mark.
Yeah, these keys can be a thing as far as finding them out. Oh, and we've got the sideways entry into Turtle Rock now.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely in the logic. And he went down to get that medallion. Now we know that no matter what he finds for the pod at Mire entrance, he's going to be able to get in.
Laser bridge hype?
We'll have to see. Yeah, he's going to swipe a key and head towards the back. Looks like we don't have big key for this. And so he realizes that and says, hey, wait a minute, I can't get too far.
So if I'm reading this right, ACM is an item go mode at least.
Right. Still missing some keys as we were pointing out. Gonna go check Checkerboard Cave. We'll see what's there. Yeah, get another sideways entry. Looks like here.
C-shaped house. Burn arrow upgrade.
Here's Hype Cave. We got powder so far. And I'm into it. Mushroom. Bombs. A heart. And so it is the potentially Hype Cave.
Fetch Quest Cave. Let's see if it pays out.
That was there at the Dark Agenic. He's gonna drop the mushroom off. And
Don't need a fake powder today.
nope. And then he's gonna flute over towards probably the village so he can run up to the lumberjack house, which contains the potion shop. And this, kids, is why you take notes.
Where was the bat?
Well, here it is.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the bat.
What do we have? Big key? Small key. Pretty good. Dark Palace.
Okay. Okay.
You know what? Go do pod. Just do it. Go pick up the powder location later.
So you have to go to the miter area to get the powder, to get a key that brings you back to the Mire area. That's a fetch quest.
Eh. I mean, for the number of keys they have, depending on what they find in the meantime, you might not even need that one, but you know what? If you're going into pod, you may as well have a fistful of keys.
There's 14 items in pod.
Yup.
Pod is God. And the witches are paid a premium for their drugs today.
You might say. He's running his way back here. I'm trying to remember what's over here. Ah, Spike Cave. It's fair enough.
I see what you did there, Escargo Express. Wrong randomizer, though. Wrong Zelda.
Where is Pineapple? And big 20 for you, sir. But hey, you know what? At least Spike Cave was moved to a place where people normally would just save and quit anyway.
Yeah. You mentioned a pineapple. This pizza I have does not have pineapple on it. I don't believe in that.
No. We don't need to be starting any religious debates. Meanwhile, we do have Kyong that's been making his way through Thieves Town. This is new territory for us.
Maiden chest is a big 20.
And I'm guessing he checked that big chest already? We just missed it. Doesn't seem to have anything remarkable in the tracker. Of course, we don't have our keys there. Now ACM is going to what we think to be...
Kyung probably checked it already because that big key was located in Hera, and Hera's been cleared.
Right.
Oh, that was a horrible pun.
And xelnas realizing no Desert Palace big key. As Kyong just executes perfectly over this blind foot. First item in pod is a fitty.
Was that a key for Hera? Oh. So, fetch quest. You go to Hera, so you get the big key for Thieves Town. You finish Thieves Town, you get the small key to go back to Hera.
That's beautiful. I really hope it's got the big key to Turtle Rock up there. Meanwhile, we're going to see a quick check over to Hospitalism. I'm thinking he did just get his green pendant. Kyong? I guess he's going to go do something else real quick. Hopefully it goes to drop that off, though. Or wait, right. Saha moved. Don't mind me. I'm just watching the race.
Family heirloom for bombs.
Yup. Yeesh.
Pod has the map for Hera.
There's half magic. So just in time for Trinex eventually.
14 items in pod. At least one of them should pay out.
You would hope. Some discussion over ACM silvers. He has them. They're a toggle item in the randomizer, and some players favor the wooden arrows to eliminate lag. Small key to Turtle Rock there in pod. Got some value towards the end of the dungeon for sure.
My opinion on that is to heck with lag. If I have something that has an upgrade like Boomerang, I'll switch the upgraded version automatically.
Indeed, many ways to consider it. We do get a vanilla pod key, which I believe to be the last of them if you can think of how many we've found.
Well, with 14 items in pod, the odds that one of the keys is going to be vanilla, you almost come to expect it. I think there was one game I was commentating where there were 3 vanilla pod keys. But again, that was old logic, so that might change now.
Right. Just arrows here from the Mutant Ninja Turtle room. and a 4th heart piece for ACM, bumping him up to 14. He's looking pretty healthy at this point, while our other runner's still working to catch that first full row of hearts.
Compass to Ganon's Tower. And there's a red mail.
All right. Kyong lining up the bomb jump, but not quite. Oh, and then just walking in on that one.
So with that compass to Ganon's Tower and the fact that the small and big keys for Ganon's Tower have both been found, we can see that 0 out of 27 the entire way through the tower.
ACM nailing that bomb jump. Gets Castle Tower key. Oh boy. And getting that bomb jump in order to save him the key here in pod so he can finish the dungeon. And Check's asking about the Eastern Palace big key. Well, there's the TR big key. That's
in the maze.
Big news. A really smart use of a key here from, or bomb jump from ACM. But yeah, the Meyer big chest has the Eastern Palace big key.
Kyong going up/down through Bumper Cave.
Yeah, so this seed continues to unfold before ACM.
Oh, now this is interesting. Doing it specific that access its light world equivalent.
You know? None of our other runners have...
Which is the escape from Death Mountain.
Right, which actually puts that vanilla?
Yep.
Yeah, and even in the correct direction, if I'm not mistaken. I know that
completely vanilla, no toppings.
Yeah, which, I mean, that we know that its endpoint goes somewhere else. Perhaps the very top of the mountain? So I don't know if anybody actually went in that. Alright.
I don't know, there's been too much to keep track of.
Yeah, this seed has certainly been a mind twister, and our players are proving better than it for sure.
Armos again have the small key to Hyrule Castle.
Yep. ACM just tearing apart the turtle room as Kyong is now dashing south.
So with this crystal ACM's about to pick up, we can use the big bomb in the pyramid. Now the question is, of course, where is the bomb shop?
Bomb shop had been, oh geez, I remember seeing it.
Dark World Sanctuary location.
Right.
So Big Bomb gets the world tour potentially. Actually, not so much, because you could warp to Light World, come into the castle from the west side, which a lot of our runners have been taking that route that normally wouldn't even go used. Come through the castle gates to warp to the Dark World, but they haven't beaten Acmlm 1, so never mind on that part.
Right.
So probably in that case, go down just south of Link's house to use that warp to the Dark World to come back up and around. And I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point.
That's all good. Yeah, if nothing else, there's a long way over through the village. While Kyong gonna be the first, I think, to actually, or am I seeing?
Big
I
chest.
don't remember where Numberplay is.
Big chest of Turok having a small key to Thieves Town.
Oh, right. He wouldn't have checked that chest because he was lacking that key. Of course.
Oh!
Which leaves that open.
Mapped against tower. Yep, it is vanilla.
And Numberplay is in the Escape Darkroom. Thank you, Tracker.
You can tell that because we're standing in water. It's the only darkroom where you could be standing in water.
Right. Xelnas could benefit from some silvers here. He does have, but besides he's going to 3-pack them. Meanwhile, silver's going to work on Vitreous for Kyong. Makes this fight just all too easy.
You almost feel sorry for Vidi when that happens. And then you have
Almost.
seeds where you don't have silvers, and you don't feel sorry for Vinny at all.
Yeah.
Full clear of mire.
ACM nailing these laser skips, but not to much avail. Yeah, nothing
Health
much
and
here.
Okay,
Alright.
take a moment to check notes, I'm guessing.
The Numberplay is going to go back and finish all Vice Palace now.
Maybe third time's the charm against Cold Stare.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely outfit a bit better at this point.
Did we say that the last time?
Well, you gotta keep improving. Meanwhile, ACM taking down Trinex. We're still looking for a desert key. We picked up the small key to Thieves Town. Oh my. There's still so much that could happen in this. Because we also got that Hera small key. Just to shield off of Trinex.
Hera basement. Oh. Just the thought of it. It's such a time sink because that tile.
Right. Yeah,
I mean, if
now-
you love your tile rooms, that's your last chance because Ganon's tower is just going to be a charge up the top instantly.
Right.
Not a pet seed. The entrance rando has just been a real troll today, folks.
There's a key. Misery Mire.
A completely useless key.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyog's in the tower.
Oh man. Here we go.
2 items in the tower. Hype.
Boy.
But no tower keys, so we can't see the second chest. So sad.
That's a shame. But we may see ACM
That
go
one
back.
takes a while to get to.
No, from the T-Rock big chest, I believe it was TT small key. So we might see a trip back to Thieves Town at this point.
That is correct, by the way.
Somebody just called Desert Small? Did I miss that? I don't think that just happened.
Big chest in Turtle Rock was the Thieves Town
Thieves Town.
small key, to my understanding. Now, Desert, needing Desert small key, yeah, because the right side of Desert still hasn't been checked, because people stole the key.
Right.
And that is a crystal on the Landmollas.
Right. And so that key steal may end up being a real pain.
And here, you always think it's the Swamp small key that's the bad one.
Right. But just if
Oh,
everything
Numberplay
else
getting
is
Cold Stare trapped in
sorry.
the corner. Nice there.
Yeah, a good start to the fight.
ACM's in the middle of a long animation. Kyong finishes the coffee break room. Just a bomb upgrade.
Yep. So nothing much there. Oh, Numberplay taking a hit and the death for it. Just having himself a time with Cold Stare.
Numberplay having the unfortunate thing of being placed on the restream in my position from earlier, which apparently now carries a curse. For me, it was Mothula. For Numberplay, it's Cold Stare.
We'll see him triumph yet. There's the big key of Eastern Palace for ACM. That's going to lead him into
598 rupees. Go buy yourself some potions. You got 4 bottles. Put them to use.
I believe that's about what he's going to do. He did let the bee out of the way.
Yeah, I was thinking, why is he heading up this way? I'm like, oh, right. Entrance rando, which is up here.
Meanwhile, see Vitreous fight coming up in just about a minute or so for ACM. You can be sure with that bow and silvers that it's going to be super quick.
Oh, that was some nice hookshot action there.
Yeah, pretty smart.
That was possible.
I forget if he even needs the key down here, but if he does, he has it.
I want to say that yes, a small key is needed. No, you don't need a small key to finish this dungeon.
Right. Well, Kyong has got his way into the dam now.
Damn mountain. I see what you did there.
So he'll be able to make his way into Swamp Palace, picking himself up. Pendant, but a couple of decent items on the way. In particular, there's a flute back there.
And with Pod being in the Meyer location, that is going to
plenty of keys. Yeah. We're getting some spin strats from ACM here. Able to take down packs of eyeballs at once.
And 2 silvers to Vidi himself. ACM finishing that off nicely.
Yep. Yeah, Vitreous quite wrecked. So. So we're just seeing our runners kind of go through everything that
everybody's in retrace other people's mode.
Yeah. We even have ACM tracing over to get to Eastern, if I remember right. Yeah. Which had been completed previously by our others.
So let me recap the hopes and dreams of everybody involved on the commentary and tracking side. My Master Shovel is dead. My hopes of first chest of Pod having a glove, that's dead. Epi or Vanilla Lamp and Good Catfish, I believe, both died.
Yeah, there's almost never a good catfish.
Hefe's literacy hopes have been dashed. The only hope we have now is Remiel with a triple Ganon tower dip, but I think that one's on life support.
Yeah. Well, now, I think the book actually comes in on this one because you have to get in the front door of Turtle Rock to get the ice rod, but you can do the back of it with the mirror.
Okay, we'll give Hefe half a point because his literacy being required was just specifically to get progression items on the tablets, which didn't happen. As ACM's getting ready to head up to Armos and deliver some Silver Arrow pain.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Numberplay back in the Ice Palace. I'm wanting to see
Fourth
him,
time's the charm?
I don't think it really does anyone favors to count it at this point.
But again, Numberplay better equipped this time to deal with Cold Stare.
And he ran out of bombs fighting the Stalfos Knights.
Really? God.
Yeah, he's having
He
himself
can't
just
catch a break.
Yeah, a Murphy's Law of an Ice Palace run.
Just gonna charge down again, hoping to pick up bombs on the way.
I know there's a couple under the pots. But yeah, Eastern
Yeah,
done
there's-
for Kyong.
Yeah,
He
there's
just
one
needs
under a
desert small key.
There's one under a pot, but you have to use that to bomb the floor to access beneath. This ACM's about to do the paradox of Bumper Cave. Which, wait a minute, because that location, you actually don't need the cave to do Bumper Cave? What?
Right, you can hook through, take the fall, because you're just passing through anyway. Then you're gonna see him flip with the mirror, and yeah.
Realize, wait, this is vanilla, go back, get the piece of heart.
The fourth one for him is Kyong gets his flute. Meanwhile, Zell's gonna go try to fight his way out. And you know, Numberplay does get through that Stalfos room then. Good on him.
No more bomb limitations for Numberplay. Hopefully Cold Stare will go down without incident.
Yeah. Alright, ACM's gonna work on that Fat Fairy. It seems about as good a play as any. I can't think of anywhere else to be checking.
Yep, gonna hook shot across the river here. Oh no!
Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Trust me.
But lost the bomb.
Oh, this time he did. Unless this mirror brings it back? Okay, he was late on that. But what he was doing was he was going to use a glitch to respawn the bomb on a timer 0.
Wait. Hang on. Explain this glitch.
Basically, if you make a screen transition while the bomb's blowing up, like a hard screen transition where the camera shifts, then it will actually respawn the bomb. And so that's what he was attempting, but had just missed. Either that or maybe decided, you know what, I'm going to go back over to this dungeon slot.
Going back into Thieves Town.
Right. So Kyong's going to pull that pedestal.
Love that penguin kill with the bombs that xelnas just pulled off.
Oh yeah, really nice low percent strat. And 3 bombs for Kyong off the ped.
On that room, I just like to rapid fire the hook shot 6 times and just machine gun him down the line. And there you go, chat. There's your pedestal pull as Kyong gets 3 whole bombs.
No Desert Palace small key yet. Heck, otherwise ACM would be over there, not in Green Pendant Thieves Town. But having not gone to the back of this yet, he's gonna have to do a little bit of work to get down there and check his
Kyong activating the flute. Gonna go to pod soon via the Meyer location.
Indeed. Numberplay takes down Cold Stare. Slipped it in, I wasn't even looking.
Finally getting mirror. Oh, look at that rage slashing right there. Beautiful.
Yeah, and that mirror's gonna help him out a lot.
Reminds me of a certain other frustrated runner from earlier who shall remain anonymous.
Yeah, and so that key steal.
And looks like ACM's going to put that Thieves Town key to use.
Yeah. That key steal seeming frustrating, but it blocked the desert big key, so all in all, this search would have been happening in the seed no matter who played it. Here we go, get the maiden, and we got a bomb upgrade. Alright, so...
Wow.
We're gonna see all this here where...
And the Fetch Quest Cave getting opened by Kyong.
Yep. Mush and powder.
$300 and something equally useless.
Yeah, I want to say it was I don't even think it was a key we didn't need. It was like something even less. But we're gonna watch ACM do himself a scripted blind fight.
Only a boss who doesn't care what level sword you have, they all deal the same damage.
Nope. Well, he can't see what sword it is, so he doesn't know how much damage to take because he's blind. So he just says, you know what, honor system, and we say, yep, definitely gold. Tower Hera small key. Which we know doesn't pay off.
A big waste of time for a coffee break.
Yep. Alright, xelnas gonna use that Ice Palace big key. Oh, it takes a little damage from the Barry. He's gonna drop in and fix that problem. Great urgency. As Kyong's running around pod now. And ACM playing the song of his people. He seems quite urgent. Having really hoped that...
Poor salad shooter. So go mode
explosion.
So go mode minus that desert small key, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean he's basically got the full inventory at this point, besides that small key.
And Swagnet, very important stylish Swagnet.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I said basically.
Which outside of the last sword and shield, we know where everything else is.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess he's going to make his way back through Turtle Rock. There might have been a chest or two that was passed by in his expedited route through here. Well, I guess like that one there. Oh my, if that's the desert key.
Race count chat, I believe, is about 19 people.
Yeah, you can imagine with the grueling category.
Yeah, it scared off a lot of people from the
say,
70 plus earlier for the open.
And there it is. Oh man.
Normally you'd find the big key for Turtle Rock there. Instead, it is, let me call it here, Go Mode!
Oh, 2 hours, 17 minutes, and what was that, about 15 seconds or so? No, get in there. He almost flew himself away. Alright, so... And he stole a key to get over to the right side, so he's running over left so he can get on top of the castle to go run in. Meanwhile, we got xelnas is fighting Cold Stare, and taking down Cold Stare at that for his mirror. And showing some exasperation. Meanwhile, Kyong working on that bomb jump. Here's hoping he nails it. It does save a key. Although he does have it to give, little does he know. Numberplay taking down Moldorm for his Bombos medallion. So ACM actually the second person into the back of Desert, but the first one to have the big key while he's doing it.
And I should say truly into the back of Desert.
Yeah.
So last matter, I guess, of business for the chat. There are 22 items inside a basement of Ganon's tower. We're gonna see done, so do not get your guesses in.
I was gonna say, JTN, where are you going with this, man? Down go Lambos. When you got the silver arrows, it's just that easy, but you don't even care what you get at this point. All you gotta do is get up to the top of the mountain, climb the tower, and then bring yourself back down via Swag Duck to fight Ganon. You may have noticed we never did drop in on him. He is in fact vanilla by design. Cover Bro asking about anyone finishing it. No. And no one has forfeited either, so... Oh, actually, my mistake. We actually did have a forfeit from xelnas. But he'll keep going to entertain us.
I'm curious here. Gonna keep attempting, but his notes apparently are
yeah, he had
not
some
sufficient
troubles. Yeah, the program he was using crashed. It's unfortunate, but we'll see him give it the old college try.
Crash tracker, that'll wreck you.
Yeah. Keon.
So I wonder if he's going to keep trying and actually stumbles across it. Can we see an unforfeit?
I think not. Here goes the Ganon's Tower opening.
Numberplay found the old man.
Indeed. Yeah, it looks like 16 runners remaining in the race.
Oh, that's the best way probably to get to Ganon's Tower. Save and quit. Warp to, but then you can't get from Light World to Dark World. Never mind.
From the old man cave?
Yeah, you save and quit. You go to Mountain Cave, which brings you Old Man. You come outside, but then how do you get back to Dark World?
I think you actually end up on the what do you call it? Because of the way there's route. No, I think you can still do it. I don't know. Either way, we've got ACM working his way through the gauntlet now, slicing it up, dicing it up, showing the Zazax what for. Numberplay's gonna push in to the castle tower.
ACM doing a good gauntlet run here.
Absolutely. Oh, Beamos scorning him with his lasery gaze.
Beamos just hates everybody. Perfect 3 silver arrows there on AMLM2.
Yeah, and he kind of just did that fight, so it was pretty sharp in his memory. Love those wizard brims. Well, we're gonna see Keong is gonna get that Desert Palace small key, and he's gonna get it. Well, at least we would think he's gonna go get it the intended way. Yep, and here he goes. He's gonna pick this up in somewhat less frustrating fashion.
And Kyong92 in go mode.
Yep.
Sorry, no elaborately drawn out voice the second time.
ACM nearly up the tower. At this point, it's a lot of rote execution. If there's one thing that ACM is well known for, it's his execution. We had folks calling him out as the human task bot in chat earlier. And it's a reputation well earned.
Fighting Moldworm 2. A stab and a spin. Down he goes. Are we going to see the final chest open?
We'll see. There it
Yes,
is.
it's a bomb upgrade.
Yeah, not much else that could really be left. But why not?
Here we go with an Aga 2 Sans Swagnet.
Oh, baby, a triple. Oh, and
Single.
second shot of that blue ball round going just off the edge. And getting the two.
Triple, single, double.
He got that kill in as few phases as possible. Oh, very nice fight.
And we'll soon see where Pearl of Wisdom Ganon has for us today.
I'm hoping for it. Don't stand so.
I'd like to see a cheese fact.
Just a high. Very
Just a high.
damage. Yeah. After all this time, why not? With Silvers and Tempered Sword, we're gonna see a sub 230 for sure.
No finishers yet. And for those wondering about 11 p.m., you can check that over on Speed Gaming, the main channel, a plain old Keysanity.
Yep. So it'll be like this, but with the doors in the right places, as Kyong takes down Trinex just as easily as ever. And xelnas is now up in Turtle Rock. Phase 3 going swimmingly for ACM.
I think things have been going swimmingly for him since he found the flippers.
Alright, an entrance shovel giving you a lot more direct hints about where the silvers are. Because, well, you already don't know necessarily where the
Where that
Echo
Paradox
things are.
Cave is.
Yeah, and GG's to Acmlm. Putting Ganon to bed. Multiple silver shots there. Just
With
needs
a
to cross
first
that
place
bridge.
finish. We'll have the time here in a second.
Well, at least we think it's first. He might get sniped. And there it is. Go ahead.
Yep, that's the official SRL time. 2 hours, 27 minutes, 40 seconds. First place in the race. GG ACM.
Indeed. Good stuff. Get an audio switch over there just a second. And Kyong just finishing up Batman. Now, if I remember right, ACM will pop up in the chat, and there he is, but isn't to give the interviews. Yeah, and ACM pointing out that early ice was sure to give people trouble. In fact, we saw here that it was quite the task. Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, ACM leaving the key behind Turtle Rock. Of our 3 remaining on screen, Kyong managed to get it sort of in order, but is obviously still executing the seed, so for what that's worth. But at least it wasn't a full-on burn for the key steal.
Nah, the key still just put you to waiting for a very long time to get the key back.
Yeah, but you would have just been looking for it anyway. Yeah. So we do have this pyramid getting checked though by Kyong, and I guess this point
Could see our swagnet.
Yeah, but actually, I mean, he's done here and doesn't realize it. So all this time now is just extra for him, unfortunately. Unless I'm forgetting somehow.
Maybe Kang doesn't know they're in go mode?
That's what I'm thinking. Is that basically he's got that Desert Palace key and he's got everything he could possibly need for Ganon's tower.
And sorry,
So-
Numberplay, this is not a ped seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, if he doesn't, then...
But
you know
Desert
what?
Palace Big Key is in the back of Salad Shooters, so Link to the Past, that's probably not the hang-up.
No, the Desert Palace Big Key is in the back of the right side.
Oh,
of Desert
that
Palace.
was the pod.
It's in its vanilla location. So
Yeah,
he
I
actually
have-
just needs to get on with that. But
Downside of handwritten notes, DP and DP.
yep. Yeah, and so we're gonna see the big key chest check here in Thieves Town. But right, he doesn't have the big key because I guess he didn't do the steal. Oh man, yeah, I didn't even consider that. You know, the trolliest place to put something in a randomizer is, of course, its vanilla location. And so, Kyong is not out of the woods yet.
So the big question, ACM, how many items were checked?
Yeah. Wow, this is just turning into something. As we've already seen it unravel by ACM.
Something, yes, we'll leave it at that.
No other finishers as of yet.
And yes, chat, ACM was first place.
Actually, as I say that, Maximum Barnet is finished in second place. 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 23 seconds. And, shoutouts to Vooligen letting you know that if you want to get in on that Keysanity race at 11, now's the time to get in the room.
As the support team is getting set up for that race as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, ACM. 167 locations checked out of 216.
Wow. right. And so Kyong's in desert, and he's gonna be happy he went in.
Statisticians among you, that is 77% clear. Interesting point. The entrance shuffle is still on the version 27 logic. That is now evidenced by the credit roll.
Right. Yeah, ACM had noted some concern as they came rolling through, and I couldn't think of why. And also, noting Zell is in the chat, but has forfeited, so...
xelnas persevered, I guess, as best they could, and just...
Yeah, this has been
No,
I just seed. Definitely not blaming him on this one. Hard fought. And yeah, and then down the tracker. Ooh. ACM with a blazing menu time of 2 minutes 18 seconds. Less time you spend in the menu, the more time you spend beating the game. I guess that leads to less time spent beating the game, I guess. Kyong now going in for his final dungeon boss. Gonna get his crystal. And...
V28, I believe, dropped earlier this month.
yeah, something like that. I know it was mid the end stage of the tournament.
Kyong turns this seed into an all dungeons and is ready to go to Gan's Tower.
Yeah, and I think he went and even pulled the pedestal. So... And Kyong's just on his way up to the tower now. We're seeing Numberplay finish off Argus. He's been finding himself in better and better shape as the seed goes on. He's already got all the medallions he needs to finish, although he'll probably run into the other two over in the desert area. With a crash, the stairs of Gan's tower come down, and Kyong goes up.
I wonder if Kyong is going to open some of the chests on the way up the top. Maybe find a fourth sword, maybe a mirror shield.
We'll see.
As Numberplay is off towards Meyer, which is actually Pod, saying, "Hey, Bombos, that works!"
Yeah, I got that one. And he's got his bow, his hammer, his lamp. There's gonna be a dead Helmasaur in just a few minutes. And just as solid a gauntlet as ever. Solid shooting there with the silvers and molas too.
I find it funny, despite my pineapple and pizza comment earlier, chat is going more at it about programming languages. Well, it shows you what kind of a community we have here, huh?
Well, I mean, you should know very well that programming languages are also something of a religious matter.
As someone who was a computer science minor in college, absolutely.
Yep. We're going to see Kyong finish his climb of the tower here. Numberplay is making all his discoveries in Pond now. And we have our third place finish from Korik. 2 hours, 40 minutes, and 56 seconds.
This caster is a native New Yorker who does not put pineapple on pizza, FYI. Just throwing it out there.
Korik's Comet did all the things. Yeah, I think that was pretty much the name of this seed. Moldy 2 goes down. We get no opening from Kyong here as he just heads right on up towards Egg. He's going to tell that mini Helmasaur to freeze. Get on up there.
Kong decides to say no thank you to the last chest, keeping Dennis Tower a perfect 0 of 27.
And I think that was also a triple there. And looks like he'll have about the same luck as ACM on this, yeah, with just a slightly different execution.
1-2, yeah.
Yep. Fourth place finish in now, Haiku type, with a 2:42.10. Keep in mind we do have the stream on just a bit of... So as we enter this Ganon fight for Kyong, we'll hold any other finishers that might get in before him, but I have a feeling we're looking at 5 right here.
Hi to you too, Ganon.
Yep, for the second time. And Haiku type noting some other bottle hijinks in the IRC, as we saw everyone just goofing up their death warps today. Right, he's off into phase 3, sneaking that hit in just before those fire bats were about to come out. And
those of you who are wondering about the 11 o'clock race, due to the Zelda 1 race currently going on SG1, that has been moved to SG2.
Ah, quite good. Throw them all up on multi and see if you can keep them all straight in your head. Alright, nice multi shots from Kyong. There it is. GG's in the chat for Kyong92. As long as he makes it across this bridge. He makes an official time. His place, 2 hours, 43 minutes, 37 seconds. GG to him.
Triforce, more like try twice. I don't think anything was triple dipped.
And down to Numberplay.
I like it how sometimes when you've been in a conversation with somebody so long, you're exactly on the same wavelength at times. Just wish one day I could get that with one of these seats.
Yeah, it's a tough feeling to nail down, really.
Nice job on the credits with Salad Shooter's name there.
I didn't notice that the first time. Holy wow. That was really something. Numberplay deciding to walk his way back through the maze rather than mirror. You're slow and steady. Get this one out. And getting a very opportune health fill there. Very nice. Alright, we are going to bring Kyong in the interview. Kyong, GG. What a seed.
Thanks. Yeah.
Now, I should tell you to lead this off, I'm pretty sure you had a botched death warp. I say that because I'm pretty sure everybody on stream did. Getting those fairies in the bottles, everybody wanted to get out of there one time, and then was just, nope. But, yeah, just well executed and well untangled to get that top 5 spot.
That felt so bad overall, because I really don't have enough entrance experience. So it was really awkward trying to do everything on this spot, and a lot of things were very inefficient. And I'm very glad that Desert Beaky wasn't on the witch, because I didn't mark that down.
Yeah, it ended up working out that way. And you also got to your small key of Desert in a way more quickly than ACM did. He had been looking for that for quite a while because he had like just fast-tracked it through Turtle Rock, so you ended up avoiding some frustration there.
I see.
But yeah, the thing I think that pretty much set everybody off on this was the very brutal opening in Ice Palace.
Yeah.
Just mountain of worth there.
That cold stare mirror, it was worth it.
But what did you think of the seed otherwise? I know you said that you're not so familiar with entrance logic, so I'm sure that was the most of it.
I mean, I thought it was okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I really don't know many entrance Keysanities to compare, really.
Right. But if nothing else, I will say your execution was as good as ever, especially once all the puzzling was done, just working your way up the tower and finishing the darn thing. Getting the triple in the first phase of Aga 2 and getting it done just as quick as you could right after that. So,
yeah,
great job with that.
When I got to this spot where I just had to do something, then it wasn't that the problem. The problem was knowing what to do.
You're right. Yeah, and such is the mode. But, yeah, so not necessarily going to be running to sign up for more of these, I guess.
Maybe once in a while.
Yeah, they definitely take some getting used to. But, now are you going to be involved in the Keysanity tournament coming up?
Yep.
Oh, man. Well, at least you'll know where the doors go in that one. I'll tell you what, some of the knots that were in this one, like Death Mountain was especially weird. I think the only way up top in the light world was basically either side via mirror, because the
cave
actually,
entry was blocked by dark rooms, and lamp was an issue.
right, and then even the light world bumper cave top part, I think that's blocked by mirror, and so literally every way to the top of Death Mountain was mirror
Yeah.
locked. So that was quite wild. But
It was really awkward, yeah.
yeah. Now we've just got Numberplay finishing up Turtle Rock. Hopefully he'll get his desert big or small key so he can get on with it. And
So, Kyong, what were your general takeaways, I guess, from the seed here? Because I see from stream you're probably getting ready for the 11 o'clock Keysanity race.
I probably shouldn't, but sure.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't that different from the normal Keysanity, that without entrance, really. You really need to try to minimize dungeon dips as much as possible. But in entrance it's much more awkward because you want to enter the dungeons to know which dungeon it is.
Right.
So
yeah, at the very least you want to just walk in the front door. But by all means, if you got any final thoughts, please do share. But if you want to get going on that 11, then we're glad you could come in for the interview at GG.
Because it kind of is 11.
Yeah, there's 4 people left. 3 now.
Right.
Nothing much other than thanks as always for the commentary and everything. Hope to see you guys again soon.
Yep. Thanks, Kyong, and good luck with the race.
Thanks.
Go ahead. Wait him out as he begins his other race, and I think maybe we ought to ACM as well. It looks like he's going to begin something himself.
Yep.
In the meantime, we do have our 6th finisher in Slim Kirby.
Let me take a quick glance over to SG2. If you're wondering who the featured 4 are for the 11 o'clock race, that has been determined. We've got Kirito 5, he's just a boy, Voligen, and Runner Watcher. I know Voligen rather well, so I'll definitely be tuning in for that. Way too late for me to run something though.
And trying to about to taste the steel of Tempered Sword. Well, he gets a couple of hugs in on them, but down he goes. His way through. Now, I missed if he went to that vanilla big key spot to get that Desert Palace key. Oh no, and chat's pointing out that he skipped it.
Oh no!
Oh boy. Well, he might go back for it now. It looks like he's setting up to go back. No, I guess he's going to my shit.
Says we're getting sort of near the end and approaching the dreaded 3-hour mark. Give a shout out to our 2 trackers, Remiel Gaming and Call Me Hefe, helping keep us on top of things, because goodness knows we couldn't do it alone.
Got Rywek finishing in 7th place. 2 hours, 54 minutes, and 46 seconds. So now it does look like Numberplay is going to make this trip back, so a good thing too. He's just going to
find that key.
Fight Landmo, he'll fight Vidi, and he'll get his tower going.
At that point will be our final go mode.
Indeed. Although perhaps among the pool still left to finish, somewhere near the top of. He's gonna opt for finishing Meyer first, as Cedador has finished with a 256.09. Bonking back in.
Yep, besides Numberplay here, we still have 6 racers still at it.
Yeah.
So overall, we have 8 done, 6 to go, and fortunately 2 forfeits, 1 due to technical, the other due to late hour fatigue.
Gonna march right down here to Vitreous. We seen the walk before. Got his silvers out. Using that quick swap to go to effect to get out to the bombs without having to menu. And gashing right on through before the shadow rats come out.
I want to thank you all for sticking through while another race is starting, showing your perseverance and hype to help Numberplay finish.
Absolutely, we really do appreciate it, and I'm sure Numberplay will as well. As our own bot attempts to draw you away. Curses.
And just to help keep you guys in track, as I am a commentator, I'll comment on anything put in front of me. Voligen just discovered in the 11 o'clock race that the Tower of Hera map is where the mushroom normally would be. They're 2 minutes in.
And Ink Nun taking 9th place as Numberplay finishes off Vitreous. 258.39.
If you're 11 o'clock curious, the fire rod was in the Thieves' Hideout.
his way back here, pick up his desert big key.
Trading small for big.
Yeah, and it's definitely a good trade. You only need one of these to get around that big key. We'll rush on over to, well, either side, really. Head on up through the laser lock. Lightning lock. Laser lock is the thing you call when you're a kid. Happen. No callbacks.
11 o'clock race has the gloves in the well.
Yeah, well always comes up big. Plenty of item spots there.
Yeah, for the 11 o'clockers, I'm just calling out the big things I spot.
Right.
Definitely putting more of the focus on the current race. Hook shot also in the well there, by the way.
Wow. With all the doors going to the right places, that'll probably be a little bit more indicative of a straightforward run. Meanwhile, task for Numberplay is perhaps equally straightforward at this point, but now it takes a left.
And as if it wasn't bad enough having my master shovel dreams die in this seed, they have died at the 11 o'clock as well.
Oh, just missing some shots there. Silvers. Oh, and some interesting sprite happenings there. Superman Taylor has finished in 10th. Time just over 3 hours by 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And as the bot has informed us in chat, if you're tired of Zelda 3 and you want to see some Zelda 1, the No Up A tournament's going on the main Speed Gaming channel.
That is TA909 versus Dark Magician 4. Throw those up on the multi and have yourself a time. So far, no, not too many other interesting remarks about the seed.
Just GG's. And, oh, there is a comment. This mode is amazing. Yes,
Says Inknun. Yeah, it's been something, that's for sure. You've got to be up for the challenge, though. And a brave less than 2 dozen were.
That shovel I referred to for the 11 o'clock race is in the back of the bar.
Superman Taylor reports that he's not particularly good at entrance rando. Nonetheless, just take down the beast.
If you're a fan of AGA 1 seeds, you can probably expect that the 11 o'clock race will not have one because there's just a whole lot of love in the tree. Numberplay heading over to Charter Rock, Hyrule Castle.
Yep. Just to use the portal, and he's gonna head to more important towers, the Ganon's Tower.
In the other race, Mini Moldworm Cave has the bow and the first sword.
So go ahead and watch it. You'll be in bed by midnight.
Pacific.
Yeah, right. Still plenty of time for that one to get crazy. Although, with all the items coming out, I'm sure the execution just off.
Definitely seeming at this point a little more straightforward than the race that's finishing up on our end of things.
Yeah, all the doors go to places. But hopefully we'll get some good good execution from Numberplay here. Lines his mimics up. So we're arrows making this room, or these rooms, literally half the effort. He sneaks one in around the BMOS. Nice shot. Not feeling
Nice arrow
confident.
work with the mimic there too.
That's a stretch of room there that I feel like you either get through unscathed or you take 2 hits. Like, there's never just a 1-hit version of it.
Big key of Skullwoods and a lamp in the 11 o'clock race found was 2 of the 3 chests in the back of Castle Escape.
Huh.
Lamp there a lot better than Tarahera.
Yeah. Numberplay putting that cane to work in an interesting way in this room.
And it looks like there were some mitts on the eastern mountain. Now I know how sportscasters feel when you've got a game that's about to finish up, but you have an equally important one that just started at the same time and you're having to juggle.
Right. Yeah, but I think at this point, with what we've got left, we'll keep it focused on replace execution here from here on out. As he slices through this last room of the gauntlet, he's going to go into his Lambo 2.
Yeah, definitely at this point, I would say Fanton Curran, the 2 commentators on that race, can do a better job catching you up if you join late on that one. So, Numberplay finishing up the gauntlet here. We'll just stick to this game.
Yep. And having to wait till the second cycle there, but pretty good shooting, all things considered. Got to deal with some RNG on the direction they pop out of those locations. Single shot in the Whisper room. That room's free until you miss it. He's gonna go for 2 here. Just a little high there. The second shot is a triple. His way into the firebar torch room. Do a little run around with the skulls and dash it down. Opting not for the heart and the skull above him. And having plenty of keys. Nothing to do with the mini helmas, but we'll check the chest just to see. So he's got 1 out of 27. Now, he never did get that powder, and I'm forgetting where it was.
Hype Cave.
Right. Which was... oh gosh. Kinda remember where.
Somewhere.
Yeah. Been a
This
long
race is over. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh, just a poke in. Nice. Down goes Moldy 2. The Hype Cave was admired. Darky, thank you, Xenodor.
Oh yeah, Dark Aghanim.
Yeah, you would know you ran the race. Still no other finishers yet.
Yep, still sitting at 10 complete.
Meanwhile, Numberplay does have a blue potion in hand. This is gonna help out. Oh, just missing the triple here, but depending on his luck on this frame, may still get it done in 3. Oh, just missing that second ball there. None of our runners we've seen have been able to pull that one off, but he's going to take the Kyong angle there. Miss the third.
Yep. Besides Numberplay, we still got 4 other racers outstanding, so keep the spoilers to yourself until we're all clear.
Yep. he'll probably be popping that blue potion just as soon as he drops in, or maybe right before he drops in to fight. Right, before the duck can even leave the screen. Gonna go ahead and himself. Really not a bad move.
As Numberplay says, hide again with a few sword slashes.
And taking a little hit from the trident, but that's alright. He's getting plenty of hits here to try to clear out of phase 2. He's just gonna go down.
As the only completing restreamed runner with 4 bottles, definitely has safeties enough for this fight.
I hope so. Hopefully those bottles aren't in. I really thought he'd been going to town on him with that tempered sword. He did not get out of phase 2 yet. I must have miscounted. Now he's in phase 3. Sneaking the hits in before the jump.
This way no fire bats come out. That's always a good idea.
Yeah, always. So that's how you'll see our guys kite around to make sure they hammer Ganon.
Man, Ganon trolling a little bit with teleports.
Still sneaking it in. Sure things go his way. Yes, we found the silvers in Paradox Cave. Thank you for asking. How do they taste? Torch glitch. Nice. Likely not needed at this point. If he just keeps tracking those teleports well. Oh. Oh, just misses out on that one. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. But at least he didn't take the hit from the back, because that would have been lights out. He's going to miss the shot, but gets the second. And...
Oh, just a little slow.
Yeah, just a little slow on that. Get the torch lit one more time. There it is, GG.
There we go.
Just needs to cross a bridge.
Unless there's a snipe, looks like this is going to be 11th place.
Yeah. Alright. There it is. 3 hours, 12 minutes, 7 seconds. GG Numberplay. Finishing off our 4 here. See if he wants to come in and talk about what has happened here.
And those of you still sticking around, once we get clear here post-interview, I know I'm going to head over to the other channel and watch the 11 o'clock race. I'll let the commentators know we're coming in, and I'll have them give us a quick recap when things start. And speaking of Numberplay interview, let's bring him in.
All right. Numberplay, you did it. GG.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what a seed, huh?
Yeah, really rough, but it made it a lot easier.
What was that
Yeah.
that made it a lot easier?
Yeah, well, bosses when Ice Palace and Skullwoods are the first 2 dungeons you can clear.
Yeah, it's brutal, and packing a ton of worth in Ice Palace in its own items and then the items it led to, just absolutely.
My apologies for you being in the slot on the restream that I was in earlier.
At least I finished.
Indeed.
Oh, that's harsh, man. So honestly, if I kept going, you probably still would have beat me, even though that was an open seed. But apparently, Mothula is my worst enemy, and Cold Stare is yours.
Oh yeah, Cold Stare.
Yeah.
Master Sword. If I have the Master Sword or any better weapon, it's an easy fight for me.
Yeah, Fighter's Sword, Cold Stare. Not a great one. But you did persevere and finish this thing off, and to your credit, you had braved Ice Palace to get towards that worth the earliest. You showed a ton of gumption making sure you got that done.
Well, I figured Palace was required in terms of items.
Yeah, I mean, it was like one of the only places that seemed really that open in the first place, even though it was rather daunting. And so...
Yeah, gotta give you massive credit for that mentality of, well, if it's throwing the Ice Palace this early, I guess I better stick with it.
Indeed.
But I think you were also the only one to very early go for the fake flippers to hobo for that sword, which really helped out.
And if I had the Moon Pearl at the time, I would have went for the Waterfall Cave, which also had a sword.
Right.
One thing I noticed is that a lot of people seems to have difficulty with entrance. For me, it's quite the opposite. It's just the bosses that gives me trouble.
Right, so able to untangle the puzzle and then the doing it part has to happen. But, as you said, you finished, and that is better than at least 2 folks so far, one for a technical issue and one for just needing some sleep. So,
And I'm surprised that Kyong and ACM did Thieves Town.
yeah. I mean, for the route they took, it seemed more the play to make.
You
When
didn't
you
miss
saw-
that much. When you turned in the green pendant, you only got 3 bombs for it, so...
Yeah, I never opened the big door in Thieves Town 4 chests and never went back.
Right. And I guess that turned out to be all that was really needed of it.
Yep.
GG's on that.
Where's the powder? That would have helped me a lot.
Dark Agina's cave, if you
Which was actually Hype Cave.
Right. It also had the mushroom, which was kind of fun.
$300 mushroom.
Yeah. Where the bat turned out to be trash from what I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess actually out of all of our runners, you have the most empty inventory. Well, I guess
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yep.
That is lacking in my case.
The only mystery items are the last sword, last shield, and the swag bag. Everything else has been found somewhere, and I can't remember where.
I guess everyone skipped all of Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, everybody just charged straight up. Nobody went to the basement.
Nothing to do there.
Also, did anyone go for the second chest?
Yeah, of our featured racers, I think you were the one that opened the most Ganon's Tower chests at 3 versus 1 versus 0.
If you've got any parting thoughts for the seed or for chat who hung around to watch.
Entrance is fun. Don't be scared of it.
Yeah, it takes a little getting used to, but if you read up on the modes, and it doesn't take long, there's just a couple of key things, and you might have been able to tease them out, hopefully from us explaining them from what you saw.
A couple of key things, really.
I was talking about interest randomizer, not Keysanity. Not quite okay, but yeah, I definitely agree. Enter Shuffle is a ton of fun. If you've only been playing the item rando or maybe haven't quite tried it out yet, definitely go ahead and give it a try.
Oh yeah, especially if you've played Link to the Past vanilla way back in the day. All the various randomizers give you a ton of replay value on the game, so I highly recommend it to anybody.
Oh my god, I just noticed something on the stats. Tower of Error was 5 on 5, so I guess the small key was locked.
No, the small key was, I forget where, but it led to trash.
Yeah, the basement was worthless.
Yeah, but thank you for coming in for the interview, Numberplay. GG.
And Sarah, you over in chat, if you want to see something that crazy, give at least 250 bits to Speed Gaming, subscribe to one of the 4 Speed Gaming channels, and get access, of course, to our Discord. And there is a vote for some of the seeds that are done each day. You might see something that crazy available. I mean, that's where this one came from.
And you can get access to the Discord server just in general. There are some supporter-only sections which include doing that. Also, excellent use of the quick swap throughout the run to get that low menu time. Very nice. But I think that we're going to call that one a wrap. And thank you for joining us. Thanks again for the run number play, GG.
Thank you.
Thank you, Epi, for the great commentary. We're great with you as a teammate. And lastly, of course, we have the 11 o'clock race going live over on SG2. If you prefer Zelda 1, there's that.
Yep.
If you want to look at Dr. Bob Tastic, Bylame, Cloud Darkwood, Elite Games, they're still running this seed, so you can go follow them on their channels. And I'll leave the last words to you.
Yeah, just echoing what JTN said, we're going to end up hosting SG2 here, so you can get a taste of that race. Be sure to give our run a follow if you enjoyed what you saw today, because a lot of them run the Link to the Past rando quite often, and so you'll see a lot more of that. Thank you for tuning in, and with that, good night, everybody.